let's do it together.
It's Friday. We have a different way that we do it.
Okay.
When when he comes through
on Fridays,
then we'll show you how it is done. Okay. So relax your energy, Kaka.
Good morning and welcome to the AM Club right here on MX24. My name is Miriam Uduak-Mensah. Good morning.
It's the 4th of July, 2025. 4 days already in July. Today is a holiday.
It is.
Yes. You're welcome to the biggest morning show. This is the AM Club. We're coming to you live from MX24 Studios on the Under Street, East Laguna. Yeah, excited about today.
Our mission is simple. It's to amplify, inform, and inspire with a fun, fearless, and facts-driven on-air experience.
And of course, we'll be kicking off with some inspiration. The hashtag is My Daily Dose of Vim, giving you an inspiring way to start your morning right. And after that, we get into everything that is trending, including Diego Jota. Charlie.
The boys have made me feel the pain because I do not know this footballer, but the pain they're expressing, how sad they are here in the office is making me, understand that this young man has, done quite a lot. And I know when Sedinam comes through, we'll definitely get into that conversation. But for our big conversation today, because it's Friday, y'all.
Yeah.
And we do something special on the show on Fridays.
Yeah.
And that is Foodie Friday.
We cook and
Foodie
eat.
Friday, guys. I am very excited about today because we're going to be learning new cuisines, new stuff to learn. In fact, new food to cook in your house. That's a bit of Foodie Friday that they don't get.
Yes.
But I'm hooking up on this one.
Yeah.
It is a place to learn how to cook the kind of dishes you don't cook at home. So this is an opportunity to stay right here. You're going to be learning, enjoying, and the guest is going to be an incredible one. So please stay right here. It's Foodie Friday. That's what we're going to be having on Lifestyle Daily. And on the plug, we're hosting Afrobeats artist. That was a mouthful. Afrobeats, it's Friday, I come back. Afrobeats artist.
Yeah, it was Friday day. Friday day.
Brewer Jubed will be joining us later on the show. So ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a jam-packed show. Stay right here with us.
Yes, speaking about staying with us, you can join us online. The hashtag is hashtag the AM Club. Our handles are at MX24GH on every single platform. Please don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is MX24GH. Visit the MX24 app. Don't even visit. Go and download. Because I know some of you have not even downloaded as we speak. So download the MX24 app. Go to your Google Play Store, your App Store right now, and catch up on all the fun and excitement of this particular show. All right? You cannot miss it. Yeah.
You can also make it easier for yourself by joining us on WhatsApp. You can send in your messages and your comments, your reactions to everything we cover here on the show, and that is going to be on 055-033-1511, 055-033-1511. Join MX24 channel, join our WhatsApp channel and get exciting conversations going. We're hooking you up on some entertainments right there on WhatsApp channel. Join us, let's have fun, let's grow together, because we're doing this with you. Well, it's time for my daily dose of film.
All right, so it's time for my daily dose of Vim. Time for us to inspire ourselves. Time for us to get some motivation. And of course, you know how we do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So we have a motivational message for you. Let's get into it.
There's always more. Sometimes things happen in our life that we dismiss as inconsequential, or we huff and puff about them because they're inconvenient, but there's always more. I'm blessed. I live in a house with 6 bathrooms, yeah? And one of those bathrooms is in the bedroom of my great-grandson. He's 5. And he doesn't use any other bathroom in the house. He will only go in his bathroom, which he did the other day. And after relieving himself, he put a half roll of toilet paper on top of his poop. So when I went upstairs to get him ready for bed, that is what I found. A clogged toilet with a half roll of toilet paper and poop. Now, not only am I a great grandma and a grandma, I'm also a Virgo. So there is no way that my Virgo-ness could have gone to bed knowing that I had a clogged toilet, a toilet clogged with toilet paper and poop. So it was 8:32, and I jumped in my car to drive 20 minutes to get to the Home Depot to get a plunger, because you would think that someone who lives in a house with 5 bathrooms would have a plunger. Actually, I do have a plunger, but I bought it in the store. I'm not calling no names, but the store where everything costs the same thing. And at the time that I bought it, I knew that the handle was too short and the plastic was too flimsy, but at least I had one. How many times do we accept what's available rather than going for what we really need or want? Because there's always more. So I got to the Home Depot at 8:58, and guess what? They wouldn't let me in. So because I live off a country road, I jumped back in the car and drove 20 minutes further up the road to get to a bigger store that has more plungers. Got my plunger, thought I was getting away easy, and got into the parking lot where I met 2 women who loved me and wanted to talk to me and wanted to tell me their story. And I was smiling and I had to go, and I'm sure they thought that I was being rude. So they may be talking about me on Facebook right now, but they didn't understand what was going on at home. They didn't know that there's always more. So I jumped in my car and drove home 40 minutes and went upstairs to find that my grandson, who I've taught to empty his bladder before he goes to bed, did exactly what I said and flushed the toilet. So what met me at the door was toilet paper and poop hanging off the toilet, toilet paper and poop on the floor, toilet paper and poop in the lime green bath mat. So I went downstairs and I got my gloves and a mask, and I went back upstairs with my brand new plunger. And I was there in the bathroom plunging. I said, Iyanla, there's more here. So I asked myself, Miss Iyanla, where is your stuff overflowing? And where in your life are you clogged up? And where, Miss Iyanla, are you accepting, accommodating, tolerating less than you need or want? You see, I had to ask those questions because I know there's always more. So I cleaned the toilet, I got it flushing, I cleaned the floor, I put the bath mat in the trash because I'm not washing that. And I went to my journal to begin to explore and investigate the more that this situation presented me. What about you? Where is your stuff overflowing? And where are you clogged? And where in your life, how in your life are you accepting and tolerating less than you need or want? You might want to answer that because there's always more.
I genuinely think that this is something that every young lady should sit down and think about. Sometimes you are used to, and I've never done this before on this show. I guess I'm going to do it today. Sometimes you're in relationships and you think that's it. You know, this guy is enough. Like, I've known him for 10 years. This has been a relationship I know. However, you know that there is something that is lacking and you're only holding on to this relationship because that's all you've known. I know that sometimes, because of the environment we find ourselves in, you look at your mom, she didn't do too much, you know, but she had an okay life, you guys enjoyed life, so you do not think that pushing yourself and stretching yourself, my father would say, would do any good. Because for you, I mean, minya meka kakre kitwe bia, na minya midan kakre bia, na minya boy kakre bia, and then it's not. Figure it out. Find out if this is what it is that God wants for you. And I know that because of the calling upon your life, God wants more for you. And this life has a lot more to offer you. I remember when I was in the media space in 2016 and I left in 2018, I knew that I was done, or I thought that I was done. nothing media is going to happen in my life again because I'd seen Shege. I was done with it. I wasn't going to come back to an industry that treated me like I was nothing. I knew inside of me that there was more, but who was going to help me discover this more? So I took a break. Sometimes all you need is to take a break and look right back into yourself. Because you know what happened, Jay? When I went to the corporate space, I went there as a salesperson, and then eventually they put me in marketing, which means that at some point I was in charge of advertisements, promo, and things that went out. And I told them I could do voice. I knew how to do voice. I think right when I was about 18 years old, I knew I could do voiceovers. So I told them I could do the voices. So for a very long time, some voices you heard on Gandu Cosmetics social media was my voice. And I did it for so long. And then after some time, they said, you know what? We're going to put you in corporate affairs. And right around the corporate affairs time, I was speaking on behalf of the company. And God bless the world, COVID came. And then I was doing this whole CSR thing, because you know I'm passionate about people. So I went out there to go and do our CSR, and that is where I discovered that this is actually my calling. Whilst I was speaking on behalf of the company, I was speaking back into the media space, my career. Sometimes you just need to take a break. Sometimes you just need to explore more what there is inside of you, so you can discover the more that there is inside of you. Today, I know that where you are feels like it's clogged. There's nowhere you're going. I mean, what's more? You've given birth, you've probably gotten married. You're stuck. There's no going anywhere. But trust me, if you look deeper into yourself, you would realize that there's more in there to uncover. Do that to yourself. Do that for yourself this day. Because I think that for a lot of young ladies, we're living beneath what God has purposed us to live in. I think we can do better.
So it goes for the guys too as well.
So I'm speaking for the boys. You have to speak for the guys too.
Oh, yeah. So it goes for the guys.
Guys,
Yeah. So I'm going to take a break too.
Dude, you know me. I take social media breaks. I take work breaks.
Yeah, we take breaks.
Oh, no, man.
It's good to take breaks and then rediscover. You know, during the breaks is when you get to find out that, hey, I could do more. There's more that I can actually achieve with whatever is going on. So take a break today, rediscover, and come back fully. That's all we're preaching, all right? Yeah. Because whether you like it or not, when you get comfortable somewhere, that's when the clock comes in anyway. Yeah, so, yeah. Anyways, well, that wraps it up for our daily dose of Vim for today. Now, time for us to get into everything, you know. Yeah, there's so many stories that we need to cover up for today. Since it's a holiday, you know, it's a Freestyle Friday. There's you know, when it comes to Fridays, the freestyle,
no formula.
No formula. Funky Friday style, you know. Yeah. All right, so enjoy this music. When we come back, we have more for you. We'll be right back.
Again, remember this is a holiday edition of the AM Club, so it's going to be a little lighter than usual. You're welcome back to the AM Club right here on MX24 people. Let's get into the big conversations, and I guess it's in Computer Saint is here. Yeah. Yesterday, your best friend Cardinal appeared texting Ghana.
Yes, he had to go back to the Vatican too.
His best friend.
His best friend. Oh, Penasem bro.
He's your best friend.
Yeah.
Oh.
Will you ever want to be a pope? Or...
No.
Oh, okay. So, hey.
Not in a negative way or a bad way, but I mean, to be a pope first, you must be a priest.
So you don't want to be a priest?
God hasn't called me yet.
That's what they all say.
Not yet. I say yes. Not so he's ready if God decides to call him.
If God calls you, you answer the call.
Yes. Whom am I but to say, here I am, Lord?
Okay, all right.
How they massive banana kevata?
No.
Anything beyond that is too much.
Hey, no, I can't.
But what was the hardest part of being a priest, though?
Bearing the weight of everything.
Yeah.
They have the oath of secrecy they uphold.
Yeah.
Me, I'm a talkative. I can't.
You can't tell people's business.
No, like I'll tell people's business. Like, I'll be like, so you, the sin you've committed, Like, no. And plus, bearing the weight of the whole church on your shoulder, you are like the father, the shepherd. If they go astray, it is you God will come after. It's not them. Why do you lead my people astray? Because God has entrusted them into your care. Yeah, so if they go astray, hey, no.
That's a huge responsibility.
Yeah. It's a huge burden. But we pray for grace for them.
Yes, all the time. Charlie, what's in the story?
Today we would be having an extensive conversation as to Ablekuma North. We've been able to get to the MPP and the NDC side to speak to us this morning about what is happening in Ablekuma North and what the prospect of July 11 will be for both parties in terms of, are we going to see some finality to Ablekuma North, and also what the stance of the NPP is as at now with regards to, are they being a part of the election? Because we know that in the build-up to July 11, when the EC announced it, Ifriye, the Member of Parliament for the 2024 Member of Parliament, and then on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party, said she wasn't going to be a part of it. Is she going to be a part of it? We'll be asking that question, and then Bright will also be joining us. Bright Ofori will be joining us to also help us understand what is going to look like in on the 11th of July, what we should be hoping for, and what the general conversation should be going into that particular conversation. Then we'll also talk a little about the energy sector levy. Why? Because drivers are already pushing against or kicking against the implementation of the levy. We know GRA says that it's going to start on the 16th of July. It looks like a lot of things will be happening this July. Yeah, but yeah, they are saying it's going to start on the 16th of July. Well, they registered their displeasure. You know, initially they did register their displeasure, but now they've also said the same thing, that, well, it needs a broader conversation. So it looks like the suspension to have a broader conversation, I don't know.
Didn't happen. Because a broader conversation should have included the fact that, when does this end?
Yes.
What are we anticipating as the number of years we need for this collection to happen?
Right.
And then after that, and then how are we going to distribute the payments? You know, all these things were supposed to be part of the broader conversation. What's happened to that one?
Well, we try and get answers to that particular conversation. But yeah, these are stories that has been trending. And then also the Prime Minister of India, he spoke to Parliament yesterday, and it was quite interesting listening to him. One of the things I picked was Ghana is a beacon to the rest of the world in terms of democracy. It's like, okay, and Ablekuma North, we've not seen.
But compared to other countries,
True,
we're doing just fine.
True.
We're doing just fine. We need to thank God for that.
Yeah, we do.
Ablekuma North is happening. But also remember that there was a bigger election. That you and I were standing in front of the boys that were about to kill us. So yes, I think that we're doing just fine. We're doing just fine. And listen, we're also one of those countries that we, as a people, say we don't want something and it actually doesn't happen.
True.
In this 21st century.
True.
Oh. We're doing just fine. Let's just keep praying for it to grow.
Grace,
we have a president that seems to want the best for this country. So let's push for his agenda to be, you know, like, for the people with him. This is a prayer. Cardinal Pierre prayed for him, that the people he's working with will have the spirit that he has. God should give his spirit to them, the spirit to serve, the spirit to actually make a mark and move this country into to continue to be a beacon of hope for the different African countries that looked up to us for independence. And so really and truly, we're not doing bad. But there's more room for improvement.
There's more room for improvement. Yes. Well, on that note, let's get into our stories for this morning. And in an attempt to defray the energy sector debt, the government introduced the energy sector levy, which is a 1 cedi charge on all petroleum products. Now, the initiative, after public outcry, was suspended in June 2025. However, after deliberations, the Ghana Revenue Authority has announced that the implementation of the Energy Sector Levies Amendment Act 2025, Act 1141, will officially begin on July 16, 2025, following a temporary suspension of the levy. Now, drivers in Ghana have voiced their displeasure at the introduction of the levy. Now, the question, the rationale at the introduction of this levy. We spoke to some drivers here in Accra. Take a listen.
In June 2025, Parliament passed the Energy Sector Levy Amendment Bill, which seeks to impose a 1 cedi charge on every litre of petroleum product. The intent is to raise funds to defray the $3.7 billion energy sector debt. This, if successful, will rake in some 5 billion Ghana cedis annually. The levy is set to be implemented in July 2025 after its suspension in June 2025. Drivers have already kicked against the introduction of this initiative. They question the rationale behind the introduction of this levy.
In fact, a bonk. Nema was what it was, what to fool so. Nasa me tell me lorry first year. Nama quite expensive. I mean, what the boss, where they were common sense will tell you, say, Fasubi and so. Because what was what to fool us when to drive from Toso, drive for Toso. It means a woo income now, ban, Beba Fem. Nama quite expensive thing. Nema one anyway, doing an animal, insurance was one Toso. Given for one Toso, a year, what can they, Nema, car you train you be as one Toso. Woke up was Wakaya. Nti we said you robbed to people when you be we now when you say well nti abane de omga na yam krofo so egu on so sika die and we ko jessica wa banwa na yi wa ba be force say yen de yen to friend so aye na ko kaka ni bia na nka wo beto so na wo san ko na wo twa ticket na police we ni ade na fe obo nti na adwuma nti aban no no dey sa asem no kan dey I think it's a ansana ni manyina be pepepe na say o man na is what so no bu ni ye na bibia ko pepepe na say bibia da ne pepepe ameme tew so na say adaton ni so ato so ya na efe
to mate say o di petrol is bi ba once in fact emu ya di maya kra say nka o ye one gallon 4 liters and 1 gallon 4.5 1 gallon nka o di once the car 1 gallon ho yes see 1 liter bia o di 4 cedi be kan o 1 cedi be kan no to calculate here is a lot of money. So be out 5 gallons. Now 6 gallons, to calculate it, force the force na was na. Yes, kakitwa. Chanka ultimate small the 1 gallon, 4.5 liters no. And the ones the can one, kabe de pa.
Now, Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi has praised Ghana's commitment to democratic values and inclusive diplomatic engagement, describing the country as a beacon of inspiration for the entire African continent. Now, speaking in Ghana's parliament during the official visit, Prime Minister Modi commended the nation's resilience and leadership and democratic maturity. Now, the Indian leader's visit is part of efforts to deepen bilateral relations between Ghana and India, with a focus on trade, technology, education, and cultural exchange. Now, prior to delivering his speech in Parliament, the Prime Minister visited the Kwame Nkrumah Memorial Park and laid a wreath on the tomb of Ghana's first President, Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, and his wife, Fathia Nkrumah. In other news, the Ghana Police Service has arrested a man identified as Osei Kwame, popularly known as Insuna Fufu, for unlawfully possessing and wearing a military uniform without authorization. Now, the suspect was captured in a viral video appearing visibly intoxicated while dressed in full police attire, raising public concern and promoting swift action by authorities. Now, the arrest took place at Antuakrom in the Ashanti region. Now, according to the police, the individual, Osei Kwame, is currently in the custody of the Ghana Police Service and is assisting with ongoing investigations. The Ghana Police Service has reiterated its commitment to maintaining the integrity of the uniform and warned that any individual in the public who is caught in this act would be dealt with the full rigors of the law. On your screen is the individual, Osei Kwame, the alleged Osei Kwame, who you can see is in a military uniform of the sort. It's still not clear as to if indeed it's a military uniform, but the Ghana Police Service has given us authentic information that this individual has been apprehended for allegedly wearing or unlawfully wearing the police uniform without authorization. Now, after a crunch meeting, the Electoral Commission, together with the New Patriotic Party and the National Democratic Congress, have agreed to rerun the Ablekuma North elections in 19 out of 37 polling stations in the Ablekuma North constituency. Well, the EC released a statement outlining that it had set July 11, 2025 to rerun the parliamentary elections in the Ablekuma North constituency. Now, it would be recalled that Ablekuma North was one of the constituencies after the 2024 general elections. Its parliamentary candidates, both Irabna Obing and Ikea Efriye, were not declared. Neither of them was declared winner of that particular constituency. Now, the NPP and the NDC did not seem to have the same result, or did not seem to agree on the exact results, thereby calling for a series of recollation exercises that ultimately led to the rerun decision by the Electoral Commission. Now, after a series of recollation and lawsuits, the stage is now set for the two main contenders, Ikuya Efri on the ticket of the New Patriotic Party and Irabna Obing on the ticket of the National Democratic Congress, to finally represent the constituency. The big question is who represents the constituency in Ablekuma North or in Parliament. Well, July 11 would give us that answer. But now let's walk you through the details of the statement before we hop onto the phone lines and speak with some of our guests this morning. Let's read and walk you through the statement released by the Electoral Commission. And it says, elections in selected polling stations in Ablekuma North constituency as part of its commitment to resolve the impasse regarding the Ablekuma North constituency parliamentary elections. The Electoral Commission on Tuesday, 1st of July 2025, met with the representatives of the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, and the New Patriotic Party. Now, let's take note of the meeting between these two parties, the main contenders in this election. The meeting, which was a follow-up to an earlier meeting held on Thursday, 12th of June 2025, provided both parties the opportunity to brief the Commission on any new developments regarding the said constituency. The parties informed the Commission that their positions put forward at the last meeting remained unchanged. Thus, the NDC held the view that the election should be rerun in 37 polling stations, because scanned pink sheets from 37 polling stations, which were used to collate the results, were provided by the New Patriotic Party. On the other hand, the New Patriotic Party was of the view that the results from 3 outstanding polling stations should be collated and a winner declared, since the NDC agents had verified and confirmed the scanned polling station results they presented. It is important for the public to understand that the issue in contention has to do with the fact that 37 pink sheets provided by the NPP and used to collate the results were scanned copies. The public may recall that political party supporters besieged our collation center and destroyed a number of pink sheets for the Ablekuma North parliamentary elections during the collation of results following the December 7 general elections. Now, the Electoral Commission goes on to state in this particular press release about the recollation of Ablekuma North results that after extensive deliberations, the Commission informed the political parties that it would proceed to rerun the election in 19 out of 37 polling stations. The Commission arrived at the decision to rerun the election in the underlisted polling stations because, now let's take note of this as well, the 19 scanned polling station results used for the collation, though approved by agents of both political parties, were not verified by the presiding officer responsible for those polling stations. It is instructive to note that the Commission was able to secure the presiding officer's verification and confirmation for 18 scanned polling station results. Agents of both parties also approved same. A rerun shall therefore not be held in those polling stations. That's the 18 outstanding. The election will be held on Friday, the 11th of July, 2025. We count on the Ghana Police Service to provide the needed security to ensure a safe environment for the conduct of this particular election, and is signed by Samuel Tete, the Deputy Chairman of Operations at the Electoral Commission. Now, joining us for the conversation is Bright Ofori. He is the Executive Director of the Bright Future Alliance, together with Julius Kwame Anthony. He is a Communications Officer at the Presidency, as well as Nana Boache, a member of the NPP's Communications team. Gentlemen, good morning, and thank you so much for joining us on the show. Now, let me first start off with you, Nana B. In the build-up to this, or after the EC released the elections, we have heard some comments from the camp of the New Patriotic Party with regards to withdrawing from this particular exercise, the rerun exercise by the Electoral Commission. Why would you want to opt out of such an important decision, since both parties, the NPP and the NDC, have been crying since the 7th of December for some finality to what is happening in Ablekuma North?
Okay, good morning. I hope I'm quite audible.
Yes, I can hear you. Go ahead, please.
Okay, so first off, special greetings to the leadership of the New Patriotic Party. So yesterday, this week, that was on 1st July, the EC has released a letter concerning the Ablekuma North parliamentary elections that it is going to rerun. Let us not forget and let us recall that following the 2024 elections, There were a lot of hooliganism, a lot of violence, people charging people to activate body cameras, etc., and meet us here, meet us there, jamming, police centers, and all that. Let us also not forget that the National Democratic Congress was reported even in City News to have burnt a whole school that was containing ballot boxes in the Kuma North elections. However, that being said, we shouldn't forget that throughout the 37 polling stations that were in Ablekuma North, there were polling agents or there were representatives of both political parties, of both candidates, that is Honorable Akusia and an Honorable Irabna. And all these people have signed in all these pink sheets that shows the accurate results that were collated after the counting of the elections, etc. But we from the New Patriotic Party believe that a rerun is not a right way to go. And why is that so? First off, we need to look at the precedent. Has it happened before? Yes, after the 2008 elections, we had a similar situation in the Akutia constituency. The question is, how was it resolved back then in the Akutia constituency? It had to go to the High Court for the High Court to rule for a rerun. First off, we need to understand that legally the Electoral Commission does not have the authority to organize a rerun of election at a crucial point like this. You get it? Because when the results are counted or after election, whatever dispute that comes after is the duty of the court to determine it, whether it's going to be a rerun, whether we are going to bring a pink sheet for it to be vetted and ascertained who actually won. Because we know, even the NDC knows we won that election. We won by some 400 and something votes in the Ablekuma North constituency. You get it? So the point is that legally, the Electoral Commission doesn't even have that authority to say, let us cause a rerun. But you see, this is why the NDC as a political party will be okay with a rerun of the election. Very simple, because of the snowball effect. Because now they have majority in parliament, they have the executive. So what would they say? Irabna would have a simple message from now to next week Friday. That is, if the rerun occurs, oh, my government is in power and I can push for better situations, I can push for better conditions for you, which is even a fallacy. But the snowball effect is something that has proven to work in Ghana over and over again, and it's not something we want to play out. This seat was formerly held by Honorable Akusia, held by Honorable Salah Patels, and then even now, obviously, we won that election. I think after the early concession, the NDC just went about so much hooliganism and all that. So the first point I'm making is that legally, the EC doesn't have the authority to carry out an action like that. And that is why we are justified to actually withdraw. But even better still, we had a press conference today, and the national leadership of the party has decided that they are going to challenge this decision by the Electoral Commission through the appropriate means. Because like I said, there's a precedent from Akwitia. The NDC are perfectly aware of this. We don't know why it should change today. After election, even when you look at the CIE, the EC uses, it's never stated anywhere that after election and there is dispute, it is the Electoral Commission who determines the way forward. It is never like that.
Right.
If you look at other constituencies like Honorable Kwame's constituency, it was the court that gave the go-ahead for the recounting and all that. We believe that the laws must work for the social cohesion and the political peace that we are enjoying in Ghana. Thank you.
Right. But picking up from on the note you left of peace, would this not be a more peaceful approach instead of and then we have also seen the fact that after this particular exercise, there have been a series of court appearances with regards to Ablekuma, what is happening in Ablekuma North. Would this not bring some finality to whatever is happening in Ablekuma North and finally give Ablekuma North a representation? But I'll come back to you for your thought on this particular question. But now let me engage Julius. Julius, right. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. From the camp of the National Democratic Congress, well, I have already had conversations about your party hitting the ground running. What is your response to the Electoral Commission's decision to rerun 19 polling stations in Ablekuma North?
Well, I must make some fundamental points clear, first of all.
Right.
That the determination of how elections are run in this country is a matter of law. And the question as to whether or not someone has won an election is a matter of law as well, and the will of the people as expressed at the poll. The comparison between Ablekuma North and the Honorable Peter Boame's constituency, Yao Boama, constituency is a fallacy, because in the instance of that constituency, there are verifiable pink sheets that could speak to whether or not a person has won an election in that constituency. What occasioned the brouhaha in that constituency was the fact that as of the time an initial declaration was made in favor of the NDC's candidate, the New Patriotic Party and the Electoral Commission were unable to produce the pink sheets for the other polling stations. In the case of Ablikuma North, if I were to ask him at this very moment to produce the pink sheets for the polling stations that are pending, I bet you we will wait here till the end of the earth and he will provide nothing. And so, on what basis is he expecting that the Electoral Commission should proceed and make a declaration in favor of the New Patriotic Party's candidate?
Right.
That's the point that must be made clear. There is no basis for which any declaration can be made in favor of a New Patriotic Party's candidate. Now, the second issue is about how this whole process with Ablekuma North has been handled by this Electoral Commission. This is not the first time the Electoral Commission has allowed a situation where a constituency remained unrepresented. The past time we saw SAL unrepresented for an entire 4 years. In the case of Ablekuma North, we've seen the same situation happening for the past almost 7 months, where Ablekuma North has remained without representation. We cannot accept any proposition, either from the New Patriotic Party or anyone else, that unless a member of their party is declared the member of parliament for that constituency, they should remain, unrepresented. An election has been held. It is unclear what the situation is with some polling stations. There is no evidentiary record upon which the election can be declared for any candidate. I do not think that there is any court of law that would subscribe to the idea that they should use a magic wand and determine that the MPP has won. Definitely, you would have to rerun those polling stations. And when you rerun those polling stations, it is not a question of who has won the presidency or who has not. Of course, I understand the effect of one political party having a parliament as an absolute majority and having the Jubilee House as well on the outcome of an election if it is held in a particular constituency. I understand that effect. I will not deny that. But the point is that the electorates never make a mistake on anything. And so if you have a message and you are confident in that message, you should go ahead and let's have a rerun so that there's a representation of that constituency. And I must seize the opportunity to state clearly the gross incompetence that has been demonstrated by the Jin Mensa Electoral Commission, the Bosman Asari, and all of them over there, the Electoral Commission there. I must take the opportunity to underscore that they have been very incompetent and have failed to manage our elections very well. The mere fact that the National Democratic Congress won this election does not change that. The mere fact that we will be winning Ablekuma North would not change that.
Right.
And so this Electoral Commission has been incompetent for the past, how many years they've been there? Close to 8 years that they've been in office. I'm of the view that these people do not deserve to be in office. And so when all these processes are over, in fact, there is enough basis for these people to be kicked out. SAL is enough basis to remove Jane Mensah and her deputies. Their conduct on Ablekuma North, where we have a constituency unrepresented for several months, is enough basis. The declaration of a presidential election where we have the results delayed for several hours, when political parties who are not electoral management bodies already have their results in hand. And all of those things are clear indications of a very incompetent electoral management body. They are the reason we are facing these issues in the first place. We shouldn't be dealing with these matters if the Electoral Commission was serious with their jobs. The whole excuse that it was the NDC that led hooligans and all manner of, excuse my language, nonsense being the basis for which we are having this problem is unfounded. Because if the Electoral Commission kept its record, which they are supposed to do, the Electoral Commission is supposed to publish each polling station's results immediately they are done.
Right.
If they have those records, it doesn't matter who marched up to polling stations after the elections. Who has won, it will be declared. It is because someone simply failed to do their job. And so while we in the National Democratic Congress and the New Patriotic Party are having a go at each other over who has won or who is supposed to be declared, we must also understand that if there is an incompetent referee in the midst of two competing classes of people, this is what is going to be happening. And we must be turning our attention and our focus to Jimensa, Bosman Asare, and the others in the Electoral Commission there. They should be removed from office. I am of the view that once these processes are over, those people should be gone.
Right. So in summary, what you're trying to say is that the National Democratic Congress, as the NDC, is ready for the July 11 rerun of Ablekuma North.
Of course, we had won Ablekuma North. We will win it again.
Great.
If you run it 10 times, we'll
Great.
win. And so we are ready for it.
Okay. Now, let me bring in Bride on this conversation. Bride, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this particular conversation. From your camp as the director of the Bright Future Alliance, what measures should we be putting in place ahead of July 11 to make sure that we see some finality to Ablekuma North and declare a representative to represent these constituents in Parliament? What measures would you think, or do you suggest that the Electoral Commission should put in place to ensure that we can, after the elections, authenticate or have a proper system to regulate the numbers that are coming in terms of votes?
Yeah, so I think the timing, my only issue is with the timing. I felt it's too close. July 11 is just a week away from here. And then you have just 1 week to prepare to campaign or even get back to your citizens or electorates to engage them and to convince them as to why they should vote for you. Just a week is too close. So, but I wish they could have done an extensive, they take the time back a bit for better preparation. Because security wasn't good enough. During the coalition period, we saw incidents that has delayed this process. So I'm hoping this time around the security, the military, ENI, and all security state agencies should be sent there properly to ensure the right thing is done. I also expect professionalism from the Electoral Commission. There's been consent, her performance hasn't been good. Last few years, we saw a whole constituency not having representation for a full 4 years, which is an unpardonable mistake. We've also seen for about 6 months now, a whole constituency, Ablekuma North, still doesn't have a representation, which is also not good. So this time I'm expecting the errors to be reduced to the barest minimum, so that we have a safe and sound election for the people. As human institutions, we do not expect everything to be 100%, but some mistakes are unpardonable. So we hope and pray that Jane Mensah and her colleagues at the Electoral Commission would do a wonderful job in ensuring that this election is completed safe and sound, and then Ayawaso Ablekuma North get a representation in Parliament. Right.
Gentlemen, hang on a little bit for me while I engage Mimi and Kojo for a bit. So please kindly stay on for me. Mimi, we've heard from Julius, we've heard from the camp of from Nanabi and the NPP as well as to the fact that, well, the NPP has certain concerns, and then they are hoping that, generally what they are saying is the EC has no authority of the sort to kind of decide what happens in Ablekuma North. They are expecting the courts to do that justification. But does this not do us some good? Because we have seen some back and forth with regards to court orders and what exactly should happen to Ablekuma North. Does this not do us some good in terms of, okay, well, we are annulling the 19 police stations and starting afresh, giving us fresh numbers, fresh data to be able to declare a winner? Does this not put us at some ease?
I've established this point, and I'm going to reiterate again. We were looking for answers. We're looking for a representative. We do not want what happened 4 years ago to repeat itself. We don't want to have a parliament that doesn't have a representative for one constituency. And so that is why this has become even news. That's why people are calling for heads to roll, because we cannot have a constituency that is not being represented. It is their constitutional right to be represented in parliament. And so if you ask the question whether or not this doesn't solve them, it does. You know how these political conversations go around. Because once you're asking for a declaration or a whole rerun of the election, and you're selecting certain areas to be part of this election, then some people will feel disenfranchised.
Right.
And then you're not going to have the conversation, oh, if they added these people, then it would have gone here. So then again, there's also the bit where now Madam Ekia says, I'm not going to
be a part of it.
Be a part of it. Her reasons, did she give good reasons?
Well, she says that at the time, after the recall, they were able to recollate out of the 37, a little over 34 was just 3 outstanding.
Only 3 outstanding.
Yeah, so she wants the rerun in those 3.
So she just wants the rerun for those 3. And she cannot decide what we do with our electoral system.
Right.
And this is where the EC's votes are supposed to be put down and do what she needs to do. People are not only calling for a rerun, they're calling for her head.
True.
And so for her, this is a time to clear her name, and I keep saying clear her name for all my women in these positions, because clearing her name means that can wake up tomorrow morning and say that I deserve the position of an EC. And someone will consider that a woman can run it. Because when we put a woman there, she did a great job. So far, we haven't had any good records. The NPP declared Madame Charlotte Osei not fit for the job. Now NDC is declaring Madame Jane Mensah not fit for the job. And so for me, it goes beyond just the elections. It goes to stifle the growth of women being represented in these positions. Yeah. You see, when we say we're including women now, these are the results we're getting. So then it goes beyond the entire political and electoral space. It now enters into leadership and women being included in leadership. Right. And so for me, when I said it, I ask that all 3 women should look at this as a national conversation, should be on their level and do what is right. The EC can go ahead if Parliament allows her to go and run the 19 polling stations and do what it solves the issue. But you see, we're dealing with political parties. They will not agree, but hopefully the powers they have, or the powers that be, helps the situation.
Yeah, right.
I think I'll side with Bright on the timing issue. I don't have a problem with the rerun. For me, I've clearly made my stance that if we should go by anything, I feel like let's just nullify everything and start afresh.
A lot of people share in that same sentiment, calling for all 37.
And start afresh. I think that would be fair, because okay, if I was given the mandate to find a solution to this problem, and I stand to be corrected, but I don't know the laws involved. I'm now even getting to find out that whether it's a court issue or whether the electoral system or the EC has their own way of doing things. They can just wake up and then do that. You get it. Yeah. But if we are not finding the head and tail of all this one is saying I won, this one is saying I won. All right. We also cannot come out and give a clear instance as to who won. And let's dissolve everything.
Yeah, and start afresh.
But Jay, you see, what is unfortunate is that it's highly politically influenced, because these other polling stations that they're saying they have pink sheets too, they have they can account for what the election was. They actually do have what they are saying. Yes. So if they actually have that, why are we going to spend the country's money?
Yes, I understand that, but who determines what?
You see, that's an easy job.
Exactly. And
but the only problem right now is that people are not trusting the EC.
That's it.
So the problem, again, like I tell you, Augustine, it goes beyond
the so that's why I'm even saying that just for transparency's sake.
Let's
squash everything.
Just squash everything. Transparency's sake. Because right now, easy, we know the seat up. This one too, they talk, say, I get evidence, say so. Yeah. When so say, I get evidence, say so. So who are we to blame, or who are we to believe right now? Squash everything. Let's start afresh. Then share this one to Gani.
Right.
Let's watch everything.
I was coming to that, and I really wanted them to speak on it.
But the timing.
Exactly.
The timing too.
There's also the conversation about party people massing up in terms of after the election is done, when they are collating and counting results, party people massing. Because you would remember in the press statement from the EC, as I read, it stated that some violence erupted as to some chaos fermented between party people, and they led to the disruption of certain pink sheets. They weren't being able to authenticate it. Should we put measures in place to avoid, aside, providing security, but political parties should really speak to their people and tell them that, you know what, we need some finality to this. Can we, let's stay back and let the EC do its thing, EC and then party agents do its thing, rather than party people massing up at the polling stations during elections and collation centers.
We were given a very great solution for the 2024 elections. Give us your representative.
Great. And I think that's been
across on
yes.
all elections in this country, including school elections that EC runs.
True.
A representative has to be there. So that's one you cannot do anything about it, but not the entire party and its leadership. Because that's why someone will say that, you know, a credible representative, be there, securities, be there. Let's do this thing and get it over and done with.
That's it. That's it. I mean, it should be strict measures. And thank God, fine, we have a new IGP. All right. So we are expecting things to be done differently.
Yeah.
Oh, I know where you want to get to. Like, as no, you see, that's why we always read meaning into things.
Me, I'll read meaning into things. That's my job.
No.
Zampere? You mean Zampere?
You do love Dampire pass me.
But you know what they mean? What do they mean?
You do love Dampire pass me.
Right. What do they mean?
Me, my thing here is, I mean, if it's about party people coming there, then strict measures should be put in place. Hey, you are not needed there. That means a caution should be given to all parties.
Right.
Both parties.
And this call is coming from the EC. Then it circles back to what
I want to find out also
about
quickly.
Right.
Is it only these two that are,
so
were there
far
other parties that?
So far, even from the press release from the EC, they reference the NDC and the NPP as to the meeting they had with the reference. But we do not know if, and I'm not sure there's going to be the possibility of new people entering, filing for the possibility to enter. Because even from like I said, the EC's press release, it was just these two parties they referenced. So I'm sure it's just going to be among these two. Independent Ablekuma North should be around Ablekuma inside on the side. No, I'm trying to describe the area. Odoko, yes. Odoko area. Yes. I'm trying to describe the area. Yes, it should be around us. But then, could you stop that? Stop that.
But Ablekuma North inside.
No.
We didn't go Ablekuma for the Ablekuma North inside.
Around Odoko. Yes, that area. Circle it. Chihonom side.
Accra, Newtown,
exactly.
Abeka. Oh,
Yes.
The
other conversation is, after the elections, if we are not able to declare a winner, what next?
That would be a huge dent.
But then,
on the EC's.
Is it possible?
It's very possible.
Right.
It's very possible, but the EC has to strive to get some finality to this issue by declaring and making sure security. Because clearly, one of the biggest issues we face with Ablekuma North is security. So let's make sure, because this thing was moved to police headquarters,
yes.
And it still couldn't suffice.
The training school in Tesano.
So I think that they should sit down, put together all their know-hows, all the technicalities involved should be taken out.
Right.
And make sure that they do a good job, because they were able to run an entire nation's. It means that they have the ability to do this.
I said that's a small one. They cannot
one out of 275.
Even the small one, you cannot oversee it.
But the only other problem is that history has it, that we've been here before.
Yes, we have. With Sao, Lolobi, Apafu.
Is this, as far as security is concerned, is it above the police service?
I was just about to ask this.
No.
Yeah, like, should we bring the military?
The military. I was just about to ask the deployment of the military.
No. You see, once you do that, you begin to disrupt our electoral system and processes. The security representative that needs to be there is the police. That's all we need.
Right.
We did it in very difficult constituencies. Bringing in the military will now make it look like this is an impossible task.
Okay.
Let's just say that we trust EC to do their job, and then we trust the police. And like Jay was going to say before I jump into, rudely disrupt him, we have a new IGP that seems to know what he's doing.
True.
So far, we've clamped down some big goons and their monies and things, and so we have confidence in the system.
Objection overruled on that. You are also trying to downplay Dampire.
Yeah.
Charlie. Let's get back to the phone line.
Julius is back on the line.
Julius is back on the line. On Zoom, I beg your pardon. Julius, we're trying to, put a scenario that after the 11th of June, when at 4 p.m. or 6 p.m. when the votes are done, and we still have the EC is still not able to bring some finality to whatever is happening in Ablekuma North. What would be the next line of action for the NDC, and what do you think? Are we going to see a possible unresolved election again after July 11?
Well, the next course of action is a matter of law, because we would have to compel the Electoral Commission to take action, because we cannot have a constituency unrepresented again in this country. We in the NDC have been very consistent on the fact that regardless of who the people of a particular constituency are, they deserve representation. It is why in the case of Sal, we were consistent that election must be held. We kept stressing that for a period of 4 years. It is why in the case of Ablekuma North, we are insisting that where there is lack of evidentiary record upon which the results can be declared in particular polling stations, then the appropriate course of action is a rerun of the election in those polling stations. And so if the Electoral Commission should come up with a notice that they are going to be running the election on the 11th, and then that period passes and they do not, and then we would have to take legal action to compel them to act. Beyond that is the fact that, let it be clear, in any serious democracy, Jean Mensa and Bosman Asare and all their crew in the Electoral Commission should be gone. And so if it gets to the point where it becomes necessary, actions to get rid of them would have to be taken. Because if their presence is going to, cause this republic to continue having a situation where some people don't have representation in parliament, and then they must be eliminated. It's as simple as APC. If their presence is going to cause mayhem, if their presence is going to cause insecurity, the likes of which can make people go on rampage, because you see what happens when election results are not declared in time. If their presence is going to cause that, then they must be gone. And so these would be the subsequent steps if they do not, take caution and make sure that Ablekuma North is run and done with. In fact, even after this election is done, I think that there is still basis to remove Jean Mensa and Bosman Asare and their
I see, Julius, your quest to advocate for the removal of the EC is glaring. I mean, we see it. But do you not also feel that we're following a certain precedence that shouldn't be followed by a democratic state? In that every single political party comes and they find the EC in power or in position not fit, just for small, what we don't want to call it small, but some mishaps in electoral processes. Then you will remove the EC, but this is the same EC that has won you an election one, and I heard you mention it earlier. Secondly, let me land now. Let me land. Secondly, Julius, this also the EC that you're saying that didn't declare, didn't give us a representation for the people of Sao at the time, but also has faced, security issues. So you can't entirely put the blame on them, because they moved this particular election to the police training college, and still the NPP and NDC members still didn't allow the process to be smooth. So do you not want to probably shift the blames on who deserves to be blamed and make the EC...
Three things, Miriam. Three things.
Okay.
One, on setting bad precedents. Two, on the fact of us winning an election with this electoral commission. And then three, on the issue of security. On the fact of my advocacy for the removal of this electoral commission on matters of principle, it does not matter whether you've won election under them. That is not the issue. Every society has a moral duty to protect itself from things or elements that will cause its disintegration. It does not matter whether it makes anybody feel a certain way. It is not an emotional issue. It is a matter of governance, it's a matter of administration, it's a matter of preserving the integrity of a state. So the critical question is not whether it makes some people feel bad or it makes some people feel good. It's a matter of if that is what is the best thing to do in the interest of the preservation of our democracy. Is it in the interest of the preservation of our democracy that we have an electoral commission that can create a situation that will lead to a national security crisis? What do you think would have been the situation in Ghana if the people of South, hundreds of thousands of people, decides that they are going to cause mayhem in this country because they lack representation in parliament? Because Jean Mensah sits in Accra and decides that because there is a real likelihood that NDC was going to win South, so I must make sure that there is no election there.
Was that the real reason? Was that the real reason?
Exactly what I was about to ask.
Point number two, you said that the Electoral Commission wanted to declare results at police headquarters and all of those things.
Conduct and hopefully declare.
With police. Is it the police administration that runs election in this country?
That's not what I said. That's not what I said. That's not what I said.
It's the Electoral Commission that runs election in this country. And other security agencies have duties of maintaining public order. Those duties to maintain public order only coincide with the duties of the Electoral Commission to run elections. And so if you are grossly incompetent, don't have your documents intact, and it creates other security problems, you don't blame the security problems, you blame your incompetence.
Right.
So police administration does not run elections for this country. That's point number two. Point number three is the hope that we have won elections under them, and then if we remove them, it will set bad precedents. How about the precedents of leaving incompetent people in office? How about that one?
Noted.
So please, these people need to be out. It is in you and me, our best interest. Miriam, we are relatively very young. If Jean Mensah destroys this country, we are going to bear the brunt. So she should be out. Bossman Hassan should follow her. You know, they should all be gone after all this process is gone. They are the reason we are dealing with all of these things. So please, the going here is constant. I would be shocked. In fact, if after some time no one else files the petition, I will do it myself.
Okay. Well,
hey, anyway, I still hold the position that I think there's always a way to
work
around some of these things. If we, she should probably be dragged to court. We shouldn't just keep removing these people in positions.
There's no way to work around the fact that Sal has not been represented for 4 years.
That is an unfortunate situation.
Yes, it is.
And we're saying that it's an unfortunate situation, Julius.
It's unforgivable.
Yes, I agree with you. I agree with you.
No one should do that and be able to be worked around.
Okay.
I agree with you, but I'm just saying that if we continue to do this, you do know that if you do change the EC for the country now, if peradventure you lose your elections in 2028, then there's going to be another change of an EC, which is not probably what we have experienced with Afarijan.
You are missing the point here. Why should a republic be saddled with an electoral commission that can commit crimes like what they have done in South? Because of the fear that... Let me land, Miriam. Why should a republic be saddled with an electoral commission so incompetent like Jean Mensah, who can commit the crimes that they have committed against the people of South out of fear that a group of unreasonable people may come to office and remove someone else without basis? Why should we allow that? That you can go ahead renege on your duty, deny people representation, and because of fear that a certain group of unreasonable people may come and say, okay, because you were justly dealt with, then they must take unjust action. So we should be afraid of that and keep incompetent people in office. Really?
That isn't
right.
Anyway,
the crime of South is unforgivable.
Right.
I agree.
Julius, unfortunately, we have run out of time. We would give you the platform on the news review segment, hopefully in coming days, where we would extensively have a conversation about this particular removal of the EC.
I need Julius back in the if he's not busy with the president. I need Julius in
But thank you so much, Julius Kwame Anthony, for joining us this morning for this amazing conversation.
Joining you in the studios very soon.
Yes,
great,
sir.
great.
Yes, sir.
Julius Kwame Anthony is a member of the communications team at the presidency. Earlier, we're joined by Bright Ofori, who is the executive director of the Bright Future Alliance, as well as Nana Boachi, a member of the New Patriotic Party's communication team. Why did they join us this morning? Well, we're talking about the rerun of the Ablekuma North elections on the 11th of July 2025. That's on Friday. What will be the result of this election? Trust Voting Voices to bring you the up-to-the-minute update with regards to whatever is happening in Ablekuma North beginning next week. My name is Augustine Adam Kobitu Saint. It's the weekend and a holiday as well. Well, 2 in 1. It's going to be a long weekend, but there's more news for you to read when you log on to mx24online.com and follow us on all social media pages at mx24gh on all platforms and mx24 news on Instagram as well. Or join us on our WhatsApp channel. It's mx24 on all these platforms. In a world where negativity thrives, like I always say, be the light in that space. Enjoy the holiday and the long weekend. Catch you on Monday.
Thank you so much, Augustine, for coming through with your story. This was a very extensive one. I love that we have dissected this issue, and hopefully we're giving clarity to some people. We're looking forward to the results that will come out from that hopeful re-election. We're moving straight to sports right after this.
Hello there, welcome to a sorrowful Friday morning right here in the realm of sports on the AM Club. My name is Sedinam Edmond, and sports on the AM Club is brought to you kind of courtesy Betway. Betway always making it possible for you to win some cool cash. Just log on to www.betway.com.gh. Start playing today. Remember to always play responsibly and bet responsibly. Yeah. Very important. Regulated, I should say, by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. With Betway, you're guaranteed to get way more. Good morning, guys.
Morning. How you doing?
Yeah.
Now, let's teach her how to do the proper thing.
So we'll do that one, and then I'll come back to my crying mood. That's why I'm wearing black.
Since it's a Friday, then
you say. One. Producer, director, are you ready?
Two,
then we'll do it.
Let's go.
Friday morning, we are in high spirits, but Mandem on the road, you see.
Mandem lose one guy.
Mandem lose brethren. Mandem lose brethren. Two brethren, them, you see. Oh, man. Mandem.
Man down.
Yeah. This one I thought go be two down, you know.
No, two down.
It's a sorrowful morning. Yeah, man.
Is it me?
Yeah, man. Mimi
no see me.
Mimi no see me. Yeah, man.
She no see me.
Yeah, man. She no see.
Yeah.
She no see. Yeah, man.
Why did I even come to work today? You guys would have just been fine without me. How are you?
With the Ablekuma session that is going on and all that, we need you.
Yeah, Ablekuma analysis.
You see, when you mention Ablekuma analysis in this house, they'll bring you to me.
Hey.
I am the advocate for Ablekuma analysis.
That guy is so talented.
Yeah, and Dr. Pounce knows it. Oh, Dr. Pounce, he's aware. Yeah, this house, they get sick and tired of me talking about analysis.
Because that guy is so
you can see people popping their heads behind the camera.
Yeah.
A lot of people are popping their heads because they know. I'm sad, but they mentioned analysis, and I wanted to ask a question. You guys said Ablekuma North is where?
Is in the north.
Are you trying to throw your friend or you are trying to throw
didn't know.
your friend who said
No, but we didn't say anything.
Ablekuma North is in Ablekuma area.
He's in the Ablekuma area and the north combined. I went to the Wise.
In the north.
He's in the north. No, I went to the Wise. He's in Ablekuma North.
Anyway.
But anyways, guys, it's been a sad 24 hours. The sports world, I shouldn't even say the football world, the sports world has been mourning since around past or somewhere past midnight yesterday. It's been very, very difficult. You see, that kind of feeling when someone is distant, but the passing of the person makes you, like, breaks you that very day, like, Charlie. Me, I've not recovered from the Thursday incident, though. I'm just running a lot of things in my mind from various perspectives, from the family angle, from the club angle, from the fan angle, from the country's angle. Oof, it's a lot. It takes me back to the whole Christian Achu situation. Like, it's bringing back a lot of horrible memories.
It hits that.
I'm not liking it. I'm definitely not liking it.
It hits.
What are the reports regarding the accident?
So, the Guardian Seville, they reported, or they came out with a statement that described everything, and the police also have a statement out that enforces what was out earlier, that they were in a car, a Lamborghini car. I'm still trying to decode the exact car, but it's the sports, the smaller ones, the sports car ones, not the Euros. So definitely it would either be an Aventador or a Huracan. The Huracan comes with a V10 engine. The Aventador is a V12 engine. But it being a rental car that we gathered also, it means that it could easily be a Huracan, because that's the most rented out Lamborghini sports car.
So it's not his, it's rented?
Yeah, it's a rented car.
So me,
Paint a picture of, I want to understand what the police and what's civil?
Guardian
Civil are reporting.
Okay, so from the reports, they were on an overtake. Tire bursts, car goes into, crashes into the bush, somersaults a bit, and then sets ablaze itself. And that's how come they ended up in the Benz situation. So they had to run tests and confirmed it was those two individuals. So it was senior brother and junior brother, who all, for some interesting reason, have played for one club at the same time before. So it's been really.
If you ask me, I suspect foul play.
So
since it's
police
it's
are
a
still
rented
investigating.
Yeah.
They are still investigating the whole.
Since it's a rented
situation.
car.
And the question of who wants them dead comes in, because again, you know, I always say that sometimes when you're looking at the things that happen in this world, we want to play this. Let me borrow Okatichi's words. Nebeye no nebeye. You know,
What
sometimes. You know, sometimes it's how the universe has planned it to be. No matter how we want to develop all these conspiracy theories, it is supposed to be so. Also, human behaviors and how we are supposed to be responsible for certain things that we are put in charge of, including our lives, also comes to play, right? What could they have? How could they have been driving that car? What could have been the actions that were taken at the time? You know, we recently heard of a sportsman who fell from some
building.
tall. You know who I'm talking about. And when the issue was looked into, it was purported that he was high on drugs. Responsibility again. You're a sportsman. You're not even supposed to be in that position of being on drugs. So I'm saying this to say that it's a very sad situation, but it comes back to we as a people. how we take our, but the positions we serve in this life and how we should be responsible for some of the things that we do. Again, we'll still wait for more reports to be brought out by police to really ascertain what really might have happened with them. But we wish the family all the very best. I hear he just got married on the 22nd of June?
Yeah, 22nd of June. He has 3 young kids. And
Sad, man.
we gathering also that both guys are the only children of their parents. And both mom and dad, yes, are alive. And both mom and dad were at the presentation of the trophy to Liverpool when Liverpool won the EPL trophy just May. They were there.
Let's get into our stories.
Okay, then let's just continue and start off from that sad note where Liverpool forward Diogo Jota and his brother Andre Silva have died in a car crash in Spain near Zamora. Yes, the man himself, Diogo Jota, was recently married to his sweetheart Cardosa, who they share 3 kids together. Andre Silva, in this particular picture here, you can see Andre Silva and Jota sporting the Porto outfit. They played for Porto at the same time some time back. Diogo Jota is also a former Atletico Madrid player. He achieved a lot of things in football, including winning the Premier League title and also the UEFA Nations League title with Portugal recently. He scored 65 goals in 182 appearances for Liverpool, most of which were off the bench. We wish the family a very, very strong heart to carry them through this hard time. Now, let's end on a very interesting note inside the Ghana Boxing Authority. They have been in the news for a lot of interesting things. We've seen their former president, Mr. Abraham Nikote Nikwe, resign. After he resigned, he has been given a board appointment somewhere else. But we'll talk about that much later. But the second vice president of the Ghana Boxing Authority, Roger Bano, has assumed the reins as acting president of the GBA. Bano, who is a retired referee, replaces, I should say, Abraham, Kote Nikwe, who resigned as president of the GBA last week, citing personal reasons. Per the GBA's constitution, the vacancy should have been taken over by the first vice president. However, the first vice president, in the person of Rabon Dodu, had previously also resigned from the position, citing personal reasons and the fact that he could not work with the former president as well, Abraham Nikwe. A lot of things happening in that particular authority. That's the Ghana Boxing Authority. We'll dig deep as just one report looks to have shaken a lot of things there. Anyways, that's that as far as that is concerned with regards to sports on the AM Club. But remember that there's a lot of sporting action this weekend. There is the quarterfinals with regards to the FIFA Club World Cup. There's also the British Grand Prix, which will be happening inside Silverstone. Wimbledon is still going on. And a lot of trades are happening inside the NBA. We'll bring you up to speed on Monday. My name is Sedina Medmond. Betway held us down. We're out for now.
We'll catch up with all the fun, the breaking news stories, sports and business insight on mx24online.com. It's time for entertainment and showbiz, and let's get right into it.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Oh, what a song!
Okabra, no Okabra.
Hey, this is the honor sitting here, so don't joke.
Don't worry.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you.
Hey, where are you going? Small holidays. See your dress. This one is giving sunset.
Speak the truth.
It's giving Moana.
Speak the truth.
It's giving beautiful Moana, black
Beautiful
Moana. Oh, yeah. Oh, Daphne, she's so cute.
I just want to say a big shout out to my mom for allowing me to steal her clothes. Yes. In case you...
Mrs. Flashley's dress.
If you are watching it, I'm very, very sorry. I was just out of
By
style.
this time, I
was out of style, but your wardrobe beautifully decorated. Thank you so much. Reverend Reverend
Mrs.
Flashley's
wife.
Exactly.
Thank you for the dress.
Thank you so much for being the wife to my dad for 31 years. God bless you. I'ma be like you. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it. Are you guys ready? I'm prepared for today.
Yes.
I know you're not, but it's okay. It's fine. How well do you know Ghana, Mimi? Because national prayer in this one, VVIP. You went to pray for. You have to know someone to pray for them.
She knows Ghana very well.
You know Ghana very well. JKD, how well do you know Ghana?
I'm not Ghanaian. I'm not Ghanaian.
What are you?
I'm not Ghanaian.
What are you?
I'm Ivorian.
He chooses when he is Ghanaian.
Yes, but for today, I'm not Ghanaian.
We're going to see about that. Okay, so please set up. Shake, sit up, shake.
Yeah, blah, blah, blah.
All right. So we have, sections, right? State and explain. Like. Well, so there's the...
No, that's not going to work. Then now, unless both of us would give you the answer together.
Yeah.
We'll do the...
That's it.
I know.
Well, there's the quiz.
Is it against?
No, it's both of you.
Is it against
Both
me
of
against
you.
her,
No,
or
no,
we are going to give it together?
As a team.
player.
Team.
Charlie, we know.
Well, so there's the quiz segments, there's a true or false segment.
Okay.
And then there's the fun facts about Ghana segment. So let's quickly
Fun facts.
get into it.
Okay.
When is Republic Day celebrated in Ghana?
Oh, that's a 1st July. 1st July.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, no more claps. Yeah, more claps. More claps.
Yeah. What year did Ghana become a republic?
Say Republic Day.
So what year did it become?
Charlie Maths. This one is no, you don't do that. Good nice maths and science quiz. 1950. No, it was 1957 independent. You said, what's the question again?
What year did Ghana become a republic?
Not independent.
Gain independence.
1960.
Period. And you said today you're not Ghanaian. What's
No, I just did the maths.
Okay.
Maths.
Okay.
Maths.
All right. Moving away from that, who was the first president of the republic?
P.
Osadefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah.
Hey, you guys are a perfect team. Okay. Now we've gotten to true or false.
Okay.
So, Republic Day in Ghana, is it still a statutory public holiday?
No.
False. I should go.
Bring it on.
You're on fire. You guys are on fire. Okay, so moving on. What does republic mean in this context? A, the meaning of republic, why a country is called republic. A country ruled by kings. B, a country governed by elected representatives and a president. C, a religious state. D, a place where everyone is equal.
B.
D.
No!
D.
That's fine. Mimi, final answer.
No!
Wait. I'll ask both of you. Mimi, final answer. D. JKD, final answer.
B.
B. JKD, you're right. You take it.
Yeah.
I'm probably the president too. President.
No,
Yeah.
but D sounds like
You know, equal.
Government for the
yeah.
people, for the
for the democracy sounds like democracy.
government for the people, by the people, for the people.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's get into the fun facts quiz and how well do you know Ghana quiz. What is the capital city of Ghana?
Oh, Accra.
Accra region.
Congratulations. Okay, which Ghanaian dish is known for sparking food wars between Ghana and
Jollof.
Nigeria? Let me give the possible answers.
Jollof. Na war there na war what why then Ghana food war. Entimi ye gari, entimi ye beef, jollof.
Which Ghanaian festival celebrates the migration of the Ga people? A.
Omo. Gan.
G.
Gan.
That is it. I'm just saying.
Okay.
Gan the omo.
Okay.
Not a Ghanaian.
And you're not Ghanaian today.
No, I'm not Ghanaian.
Okay. Now, Ghana is known as the land of A, the rising sun, B, the desert kings, C, gold, D, the pyramids.
Oh, gold.
Gold.
There it is. A gold coast.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, my pass.
Applaudissez.
100%. But today, JKD, you were top of the class.
Yes.
Mimi, you were second.
Second say she's my co-host.
Yeah, he didn't wait for us to listen to questions. He's one of those people that if you went do.
Okay, so we're doing picking up.
Jay will distract you. Secretary what?
Who is acting? Mimi should act.
So the thing is.
So do we need to come there or we get it?
It's mention and act. So
Mention
I'm going
and
to whisper something in each other's ear. So I think you have to come here.
So who has to come there? No, Mimi will go and do the acting. Mimi has to do the acting because hey.
Jay, Obama may acrobatic styles.
Mention and act. You don't have to just act. You can say, a phrase or something that you think you will get the person or the place or whatever. Okay. So the first person. Act like.
Hey. Act it well.
You see, I can say something.
It's something, but don't let it be too obvious. You want to read that, right? Yeah.
At this juncture, the equilibrium of the nation has allowed
Jerry
me...
John Hollins. Continue.
Yeah.
Has allowed you to... The equilibrium of the nation has allowed you...
We know how to revive the economy, but we can't...
Nana and the John
I was scared of going to say fellow Ghanaians.
When you started it, it sounded like...
The whole idea was to give you someone who speaks a lot of English.
And then there was our career. With dear man, okay.
Oh. Oh. The man don't know again what country no no. Men pen them cry. I'm a no person J.
Oh, the late Professor John Evans Atamiel.
Okay.
Is that it?
No.
Okay.
Wait. Let it marinate.
Let's marinate.
In my head. You know that's our word, right?
Yeah.
Okay. This is how you get it.
No, you get it.
I don't get it.
By
and then say it yourself. I don't get to say it yourself.
I'm to do.
You come to do.
Who's this? Do it well. What's this?
You get it. That's the whole idea.
A drunkard.
Wait there, so we are one no is that the
Red. And you're red.
Allah,
Muslim.
One last chance. Bismillah.
Imam.
No, he just said Imam.
Imam is not. You have lost. It's true. You had to the Imam, but we are talking about
National Chief.
Because now I was 17 FM, but mean FM.
Congratulations, now National Chief Imam, you're acting like. Well, thank you guys. Thank you, Mimi. Thank you.
I've done well.
You've done really well.
Oh, wait, National Imam.
Are you the one who said it? Is that how? If they set questions for you, you
get
ask
like
examiner.
Let's see how you act. How you act? How you act? National Chief Imam.
That's also a from.
Maybe we do nothing.
What's nothing?
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I had a good time. It was much needed. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Today's a special holiday
needed
edition,
break.
so it was much needed. My name is Daphne Flashley, and I hope you guys had an amazing time at home with the entertainment news segment. I'll see you guys same time next week. Bye-bye.
Bye, my darling. Thank you so much for coming through with those entertainment stories. It's always a good time to enjoy this day with you. Note that this day is being marked because our President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, has declared that 1st of July is going to be a day of national prayers and thanksgiving, just thanking God for how far He has brought this country henceforth. And so, on the 1st of July, you will be seeing that, in subsequent years. But on the holiday is definitely going to be moved to the weekend.
If it falls on a weekday.
If it falls on a weekday. And so that's what we are observing today.
I mean, if it falls on a weekday other than Friday. So if it falls on a Monday,
it will be moved
Wednesday,
to
a
weekend.
To Friday.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're observing today. Let's all be patriotic. Let's keep supporting. Note that when the government succeeds, the entire nation succeeds. No matter who's in government, we are a nation that believes in growing. And so let's just keep doing that. Let's keep being patriotic citizens. And you know what? Today, Pankasang say, and Ghana and Dian was a due.
1 year Foodie Friday.
Foodie Friday is Daphne.
Daphne, on your local food. Daphne.
Oh. But yet, spaghetti bolognese.
Obema jambolina, we say jambolina. Is there jambiano? We say cheese and macaroni. Whatever. No, the boom. Share.
Alrighty, guys, it's been a fantastic morning, and we're moving straight to it's supposed to be Lifestyle Daily, but of course it's Friday, so we do Foodie Friday. Easy buying. Foodie Fridays up right here on the AM Club.
Visit www.mx24online.com for news, exclusive behind-the-scenes videos, up-to-the-minute sports updates, and the latest broken pen stories now. Experience more of MX24 Online. Visit mx24online.com today. MX24. Fun, fearless, and factual.
Happy Friday. Welcome back to Foodie Friday with Keely-Jade Brewer over here at MX24. And Foodie Friday is brought to you by Gino, powered by Gino Secotech. And today we have another sponsor on board. It is Cocorico Sausages coming through with the vibes. I love to see it. My guest for today is going to be making a Louisiana favorite. Straight out of New Orleans, jambalaya is a dish that has French, Spanish, and African influences. It's like the jollof that migrated over to the United States that became something special and a household thing And my guest for today is Daphne Flashley, TV presenter, TV personality, and all-round beauty.
Oh my God.
Hi, darling.
Thank you very much for having me.
Thanks for coming. Thanks for coming. So you're welcome to the kitchen. You said you're making jambalaya.
Yes, I said I'm making jambalaya. We are attempting to make jambalaya. This is the jambalaya with what we have.
Okay.
Please don't come. Where's my camera? Please don't come. This is what I got. This is what I have. I'm not in Louisiana. You see, in Louisiana, the bell peppers that goes there is different from. So we are using what we have here.
We're using what we have, yes. So we have a little bit of everything. This particular twist has to do with chicken and sausages. It doesn't have the usual shrimp, crawfish in there. So anyway, take us through your ingredients. What are we looking at today?
Okay, so we have cabbages. We have this one. We have this one. We have some carrots and a side of plantain. The Ghanaian in me.
Yeah, we need it.
Yeah, we need the plantain. So we have tomatoes, onions, green bell pepper, and then we've already gotten, you know, our chicken, and then we have our chicken, and then we have the special cocorico sausage.
Oh, nice. Lovely. So let's jump right into it. What are we starting with first?
Well, we're going to start with our base, the stew base, which is tomato. But before that, we're going to blend the onion, garlic, ginger. Very, very essential. You understand what I'm saying?
I'm with you. I'm with you.
Onion, garlic, ginger for the flavor. Okay. So you're going to boil the chicken with onion, garlic, ginger, blend it. And after you're done blending it, you pour it into the chicken. And then there's a twist. Because you're going to shred the chicken, you're going to add pepper to the onion, garlic, ginger, and then blend it. And then you feel the spices.
Accra, Daphne knows what she's doing.
I know.
Daphne knows what she's doing, and I'm here for it. I'm here for all the energy. So, before we even jump into that, why jambalaya? Because we threw the challenge to you, threw you the apron and the hats. You said you will come, and you just pulled up and you're like, okay, you know, I want to make jambalaya, like jollof rice. I'm not thinking about angwamo. Why did you make this choice?
So first of all, I wanted to make angwamo, and then it switched to jollof. And I said, let me put myself to the test. Let me make jambalaya. And the safer side is me, my finger and jollof is very, they are best friends.
Oh, nice, nice.
It's not like those ones that when I come to tell jollof that you make it, jollof will disappoint.
Then jollof will disappoint.
This one, I'll tell jollof will make it. I say, when, how, when, where shall I show up? Yes, exactly.
That's such a beautiful relationship
That's
with jollof. Let's jump right into the work for today. So let me help you out with your pan right here.
Okay. So we're going to make my stew base.
Okay.
How do we're going to just set this aside.
Yes, we are.
Because this is already done.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me bring the matches.
Got you. Right here.
Okay. And I heard you're good with figuring out brightness.
I am.
Where did you learn that from?
Charlie, you just have to figure things out in this lifetime.
Harvard School of Brainology. Yeah. So we get into it. Put our oil.
Okay.
Note that you're making jollof stew. Yeah. So all the flavor, everything that you put inside to make you know, jollof stew. You need to do exactly that. The only difference is the stir fry that you're going to fry and then put on the jollof when it's done, the rice when it's done.
So with that, we're going to be using the Gino Jollof Tomato Seasoning Mix, which is complete with everything. It has a little bit of seasoning, the pepper, the onion, the garlic, the ginger, and it's complete.
And it has saved me time.
Actually.
I was about to now go and then, and why do you need all that? Why do you need to suffer so much when you have Gino to make the job very, very easy?
Very true, very true, very true.
I'm looking for where they will say Cartier. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, Daphne, so let's talk about how you fell in love with the kitchen. In fact, let's start from the real question. Are you in love with the kitchen?
I am very much. I love cooking for those I love. Everyone I love knows that I do the cooking in the house, and once I know you, once I'm in love with you, you'll never stop eating.
You see, people always say that the Gen Z bodies don't know how to cook, and Daphne is here to disprove that
I'm
theory.
not even a Gen Z, Impo. I'm in between.
Hide it. Don't loud it. Don't loud it. Put the tomato in the case. Let's get the blender.
But we're going to put our onion
Yes.
inside. So
Okay.
we'll quickly do that. Put the onion inside. We have already cut onions, so we're going to put it inside. Ooh. There you go.
Okay.
And then we're going to go ahead and then blend this. But let me stir it a bit.
Okay, sure.
Can you see that?
Oh.
Perfectly nice cut round shape onion.
Onions. With figure eight,
It's his
small figure
eye. It's his eye. But yes, that's what we have going on. We're going. Let's just quickly cover it a bit so that
Yes,
we can.
your cover is right here. And let's jump right into the tomatoes.
Okay.
So before you blend the tomatoes, I want us to talk about this blender, right? From Secotech. It's actually a glass blender, super heavy, super chunky. And I don't think you should worry too much about it breaking because this glass.
Blend metal.
Yeah, this glass is solid,
can
and the
blend
blades
metal.
can blend metal. Very, very, very reliable. So I would say hit up Secotech Ghana and get yourself a blender from them. Super durable, and it's really cute. They also have an air fryer as well, and many other products which I'm sure you would love. So let's blend your tomatoes.
Okay, let's do that.
Over to you.
Over to me.
It's your kitchen.
Yes, it's mine. It's definitely mine. So I get the tomatoes in it. Thank God for the gloves.
Yes.
Yeah, makes it easier. There we go. And then.
So I'll help you pop that on there.
Okay.
All right. So when was the first time you attempted making jambalaya to begin with? Perfect tomatoes in no time. That's a Secotech difference. All right, so I see your onions are caramelized.
Yeah, so we're just going to put our Gino jollof.
Okay.
In it.
The bag is thick, I must say. It's a thick bag. Okay, let's go.
Hey, mommy. And there's nothing like too much tomato paste for jollof. And you know, Gino is going to already make it taste amazing. So whether you overuse it, it's still going to
be perfect every
yeah,
time.
I think this is enough.
Okay.
If it's not enough.
Yeah, you strangle the bag. I love to see it.
And we put it back in shape.
You know one thing I love about Foodie Fridays?
What?
I know we just got on board and everything, but I love the authenticity. We allow our screw-ups to be present and evident. Yes.
Yeah.
Squeezing the bag is hilarious. That's diabolical work. I love to see
so
it.
sorry,
I love
bag.
to see it. So let's talk about you and how you fell in love with cooking. Where did the passion come from? Was your mom screaming at you? How did it start?
Let me even give you a backstory on how I discovered jambalaya.
Okay.
So, I discovered jambalaya when I tried making assorted jollof for my crush.
For your crush?
Yes.
How did that end up?
My ex-crush.
Okay.
Now I've made it to life. Look at me.
Look at Daphne now.
It's your loss.
Yes, it's
like
your loss.
You say you like me.
You won't get again. Even if you like it, not gone. Anyway.
Yeah. So I tried making, he came around. My parents had traveled, I'm sorry. So my parents had traveled, he came around. And I was like, let me make assorted jollof for him. But the assorting was not assorting. So I later checked assorted jollof on Google. So when I checked it and I saw assorted jollof, jambalaya, and it had all these things in it, I was like, okay. Oh, so next time we're going to make it. So the next time I made it for myself and I got the right one.
Perfect every time.
Perfect every time.
Crazy enough, the first time I actually tried jambalaya was in North Carolina. I had gone to the US for a summer visit.
Okay.
And I was posted up in my auntie's house. And she's just like, okay, this is what I'm making today. I had never heard the name before. I said, this woman wants to poison me. But I quickly snapped out of it. Followed her into the kitchen. I saw her coming with the sausages. There's a special sausage that a lot of people in the US tend to use for their jambalaya. It's a kielbasa sausage. It's really big and it loops around. You see that one that they hang it?
That's why I brought big.
Yes.
to imitate that one. You
Pretty
get what I'm
much, yes.
saying?
So with the kielbasa sausage, I saw her taking it out, cutting it into pieces, and I was just watching the whole process go along. I'm like, this is a lot like Liberian jollof, but not necessarily.
How many jollofs have you tasted?
I've tasted Ghanaian jollof, Liberian jollof. I hate to admit this on camera. I've tried Nigerian jollof. I don't recommend it. Don't eat Nigerian jollof.
But I was about to say Nigerian jollof is not jollof.
It's not even
rice
jollof.
and stew that you've mixed.
We don't eat atrocities.
Yeah.
Ghana jollof is still the most superior jollof. I'm looking into the
They are
camera
so
and saying
delulu.
they are extremely delulu. But yes, so it's Ghanaian, Liberian. I've tried Senegalese jollof, which is called benechin.
Yes, I know. I tried that too. I've tried benechin. It's really nice. And the rice is very small.
Yes, yes.
And then tell me why they put
the big pieces of cassava and then nyadua. I'm just like, this is a lot. It's giving fufu ingredients, but we're not mad at it.
We're not mad at
like,
it.
If you like it, I love it, right? If you like it, I love it.
So we are going to go ahead and then put in our tomatoes.
Okay. So Daphne, I'm sure there's so many people out there, including your crushes and your haters, who wouldn't believe that a body like you can cook.
I mean, you see, you're dealing with a body of course. Hey, are you dealing with the world? If you break up, then you know that it's a lot. But you're dealing with them. I mean, a body like you too can cook, and you're hosting such an amazing show. So that's how it is. You need to confuse them.
Yes.
Yes,
it's true. You need to look like a body, but be wife material 5 billion yards. And of course, disappoint your enemies one day at a time. But anyway, in any case, let's get right back into the cooking. So what seasoning are we looking at?
This is garlic powder.
Okay.
So I'm going to put a little bit in it.
Okay. Oh, the stew is coming together nicely.
My paprika. Oh, I love paprika. I love me some paprika.
Paprika loves you too.
Yeah,
she creates space.
Yes.
Oh, sorry.
Then Moses staff see ahead.
Over to you, ma. Okay, got you. So paprika, let's talk about the origins of paprika, right?
Please
so we
do.
know that in Europe, typical European cuisine doesn't necessarily include a lot of spice, and by spice I mean spicy food, like hot food, pepper, in any case.
Okay.
But in the Netherlands, sometime back in the past, I can't remember the years. If I give you years, I'm capping, right?
I'm so glad of your honesty.
They discovered paprika.
Okay.
So paprika is basically your typical bell pepper, dehydrated, and then crushed down into a powder.
So we're going to put in our...
Let's put that in there.
Yeah.
Yes. So yes, paprika, in essence, is your typical bell pepper being turned into a powder. And the best part about paprika is that even if you use a green bell pepper, it's going to appear as red paprika.
I know. No, tell me about it.
Yeah. So that's magical. It's a magical
spice.
spice.
All that?
Girl, I just be knowing stuff.
You know the distance. You know the distance.
I just be knowing stuff.
You know the distance. But I'll recommend us to put a little bit of, you know, the chicken stock.
Right. So Akra, before we actually started this process, Daphne came in like the good girl that she is. She steamed her chicken, generated like a little chicken sauce or broth, shredded it, and we have some broth left over. So she's going to put some of that into the pot, which is going to make it extra delicious. And it was seasoned with Gino curry powder, which is extremely flavorful on so many levels. Lots of pepper, ginger, and garlic as well.
Yeah.
So
we are trying to get what we can get. Yeah.
Yes. So aside paprika and garlic powder, what other seasonings or spices would you say you really like cooking with?
Onion, garlic, ginger. We are good to go. Just that. I heard you've been doing bestie. You know, bestie goes with the market women.
True.
About spices.
Yes.
Talk to me about it.
So with spice blends, spices are broad. there's a little bit of everything that can go into anything, right? But for this specific dish, I would recommend a little bit of cumin. A teaspoon of cumin can go a long way. Very flavorful, used in a lot of Mexican, Spanish cuisine, and even Arabian cuisine as well. The taste is very distinct. Once you taste it, you know that this is what it is.
Okay.
Somebody might say that it is similar to a curry powder, but not necessarily.
Okay.
And you need to use it in just little bits because too much is just too overpowering.
Yeah.
If you've ever tried Mexican food, that dominant spice that makes you know that this is Mexican food is cumin.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
What is that? What is turmeric? I don't understand what turmeric is.
So turmeric is
I don't
a
understand
root, right?
Yeah.
It's a root. It looks like ginger.
Okay.
But it's not necessarily ginger.
Okay. So what food can you use turmeric for?
So for turmeric, I would say you can use turmeric to make a curry. You can put a little bit into your rice, maybe. People use turmeric for different things. But in Indian cuisine, it's mostly in curries and stuff. Yeah.
Can you see my shredded chicken?
Is the chicken for me? I love to see it.
It is not your best friend. It is my best friend. We went to Harvard.
Yes, it did.
With the first class, But we're trying to move it here because we are going to transfer the stew base into the pot, and then we can start cooking the rice. Then we move straight into stir frying on this one. And so let's quickly do that.
Let me turn off your fire. Okay.
Okay, we're going to turn the fire back on. Yeah. Since you're really good at it. There you go.
Yes.
You turn fire on so effortlessly. Okay, so our stew is ready. Shop, 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 shop.
Okay.
We're going to dump the rice inside.
Okay, so stew's ready. This is pre-washed rice.
Yes.
You've taken out all the starch and all of that.
Everything.
So this goes into the pot. Okay. Over to you, Chef D. So aside jambalaya, what other rice dishes do you enjoy cooking?
Jollof, fried rice, anguamo, mutsuo.
What would you say is the perfect way to cook jollof without any misses?
Just don't inform jollof. That's
Oh, so what I said was actually true last week.
no,
Don't inform the jollof.
that's all. Just don't. Except if you are not Daphne Flashley. If your name starts from K and ends with Keely-Jade Brewer,
don't inform the jollof. I agree.
Or you inform me, and then I'll.
Then you will tell the
maybe
jollof.
because you are my friend.
The
then,
jollof will comply. I agree. I
exactly.
agree with that.
It's
I
about
agree.
Film the eyes. Can you see the redness?
Guys, I need you to zoom into this. This looks beautiful. And it's Gino that's always coming through with the color. There's no other brand that can do this for you except Gino.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you're going to cover it.
Okay, cool. You don't want to add water, you're afraid?
Jonathan and I are not speaking.
And you're not speaking.
Fight.
Okay, let's not add water. If you add water, it will disgrace us. Okay, small water, right? Small.
And you know also that when something says we should add small, you see,
Let me get you some water from Jubed.
Yeah. Let me quickly go ahead and then start cutting our Cocorico sausage.
Okay.
This is artisan by Cocorico. So we're going to go ahead and then cut it. And one thing I love about Cocorico is that, look at the size.
Ooh.
Look at that. Look at the size.
It's a perfect sausage, honestly.
Yeah. And then there's the pack of 6 and then the pack of 12.
Okay.
So if you're a foodie like me, and you can have the pack of 12.
The pack of 12.
There's no nitrite. Everything is set. It's all natural. So you won't eat it and be having palpitation.
Yeah.
No. You're just good to go. And so let's cut our sausage.
So let's actually talk about preservatives in food, right?
Right.
Some preservatives like nitrates are put in to extend the shelf life of the food, right? But unfortunately, it has adverse effects on our health.
Yes.
So you eat the food and you're getting sick and you're wondering why that is. It's some of the ingredients, especially with sodium as well, salt. We always need to be careful with that as we're getting older. Hypertension is real. And our food is supposed to basically fuel us. So you don't take in fuel that's going to mess up your engine.
Right.
So you need to treat your food with so much love and kindness because it's going into your body. And your body is a temple. You need to make sure that it's safe because it's sacred.
So just in case you need some cocorico, you can go to Izako Company Limited in Tema Fishing Harbour. Izako Company Limited in Tema Fishing Harbour, and then they'll get it for you. They are the sole distributors. So if someone tells you that I have cocorico sauce, no,
they are lying.
You are arrested. You'll be arrested. I think. Should we add more sausage?
Yeah, actually. Yeah. No. Let's not be greedy. Let's not be greedy. Let's not be greedy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Let me actually clean up this thing on this side.
All right. Thank you for cleaning up. So we're just going to wait for our rice to cook. Yeah. Whilst our rice is cooking, let's see if we can start stir frying.
Okay. Yeah. So what ingredients are going into your stir fry?
So we have the bell pepper, the cabbage, the carrots, onions, and then the shredded chicken.
Okay.
Please, we didn't get shrimp. We are sorry.
We won't do it again. We are sorry.
It's very expensive.
Next time we'll get some shrimp. Or you guys can reduce the price of shrimp. I was telling Daphne off the camera that why is it that these sea cockroaches cost so much? Because if you think about it, shrimps are really just sea cockroaches.
Walking around and then if we were mermaids, we'd be scared of them.
Very true.
Period.
But I digress. Let's jump right into the stir fry.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Can you get the fire?
Yes, I will.
Yes.
Okay.
As usual. Here.
Yes. You ready?
It's part of life.
The match is tweaking.
Yeah. Okay, then let me. You can.
Actually.
Yeah. Okay.
Come on.
Let me give you the space.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, we're good.
Okay.
All right. So the essence of jambalaya, if you go and read up on the history, is to create a one-pot dish.
Yes.
Where you're not using multiple pots.
Yes.
You just want to put everything together.
Yeah.
So we're going to be reusing the saucepan.
Because we are sauteing, so very little oil.
Very little oil. We're going to be reusing the saucepan with the rest of the ingredients and seasoning.
Exactly.
When it comes to French cuisine, actually, French chefs will tell you that when it comes to your...
right?
Yeah, not just the one pot, but when you're using your skillet, some of them don't even totally clean out their skillets before reusing it because it gathers the flavor. So once you put everything back in, it picks up the flavor of everything else, especially when it comes to your vegetables. So,
okay, so we're first going to start with the chicken.
Okay. Ooh.
There we go. And it looks amazing too. So we are going to just fry it a bit.
Okay.
Then we'll take it off the fire. Then we'll start frying our veggies and all of that. We need each and every one to fry well. So if we are to put, it's going to cook. It's not going to fry.
Yes.
So we are going to be taking it off the fire.
Yes, and beyond that, you don't want soggy vegetables. Who wants to eat a soggy vegetable? Absolutely nobody. Yes. Just look at the color of this jollof over here. It's showing you the true Gino difference. You can go out there for that rich tomato red paste that you need that makes all your food perfect. Go out there, get yourself some Gino. You definitely need it for your stews, your soups, your jollof, and everything in between. If you're trying to even have a tomato paste smoothie, I would say knock yourself out, because Gino is full of all the nutrients you need to stay healthy. Also, if you're tired of blenders that break when you just look at them, or even before you attempt to put your tomatoes and they start crying, I need you to go to Secotech. Secotech definitely has you covered with the Power Titanium Blender, which has a titanium-coated blade and powerful motors to make sure that blending is seamless. It can crush your ice for your smoothies, or even blend your beans or whatever you're trying to blend, whatever powders you're trying to make, it can do it. Blend your life away. Blend your life away. And also, you can find them at East Lego on Boundary Road near the roundabout, or call on 0244 561 052. That's 0244 561 052, and follow at Secotech Ghana on social media. That's at CECOTEC Ghana on social media. It's perfect for your homes, your smoothie bars, and anything you'd possibly need a blender for. Also, Cocorico sausages are here to stay. I've been having little taste of the samples that are on the chopping block, and I must say, it's delicious. It's delicious. Zero preservatives, zero nitrites, zero chemicals. There's no sodium in there, or there's a little bit of sodium, but less sodium than your average sausage. Yes. You can go ahead and grab that. Spice up your breakfast, lunch, or dinner with these juicy sausages, carefully crafted to satisfy your cravings without compromising on taste and quality. So you can get your Cocorico fix today. You can visit Izako Company Limited at Tema Fishing Harbour, the Nayak Building, or call 050-158-2658. That's 050-158-2658, or 050-166-1321. That's 050-166-1321 to order some Cocorico sausages, which is an all-natural choice for a healthier you. Yes. Now, this jambalaya is getting somewhere. We've made the base, the rice base, which was infused with your stew and everything. Haters will call it jollof, but it's not jollof rice. It's jambalaya.
It's jollof that booked tickets
to Louisiana
and sat in first class.
Yeah,
but let's get it. Let's get it on.
Let's get into it. So let's show our lovely audience. We have the shredded chicken over here, the rice.
Gina Chuli can do.
Honestly, we have our Cocorico sausages over here, sliced plantains, which are going to form part of the accoutrements and garnish for our lovely jambalaya. Some sliced bell peppers, 2 different types of cabbage because Daphne is bougie, and some chicken. So over to you, Chef D.
There you go.
Yes.
We are left with 1 matches, so this one has to be
It needs to be Let's go.
Okay.
So what are we doing now?
We're going to start frying the sausage. So we'll fry the sausage, make sure it's fried, and then we set it aside.
Okay.
So let's do exactly that.
All right.
I'm just going to pick this up like this.
Or let me even help you carry the chopping block.
Okay, makes sense.
Let me help Chef D. Okay, so we are sauteing your sausages now.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Let it happen.
There, plantain.
Let it happen.
You better stay where you're supposed to go.
Why are you running?
So,
okay.
Yeah, just that.
So once the sausages are ready, what else are we throwing into the mix? What are we throwing in first?
Yeah. Once the sausages are ready, then we go for the, then we put all the vegetables together and then we mix them all together. With the vegetables, we're going to put some spices in there.
Okay, nice one. So I also noticed that you added your onions prior into the rice,
but
so that's already
we can
settled.
Also, that's already settled. But we can also put everything together just to make it easier. So just make sure that the sausage is really done. Then we've already fried our chicken, and we put the vegetables in its fries, and then we put the chicken in.
Okay, all right, we're getting somewhere. Honestly, these Cocorico sausages smell heavenly, and the taste is even better.
You need to taste it, my dear.
You know what? It reminds me of these sausages that I used to eat in my childhood in Tema growing up. I've forgotten which community this was in.
You grew up in Tema?
I did. For a point in time. Now I'm giving you guys tea about my life, but it's fine.
We love it. Let's have it.
Yes. There was this German butchery in Tema. I can't mention their name because they haven't paid for promo.
No,
if you pay for promo, they'll mention your name. Yeah. But yeah, it was a German butchery in Tema. It's the only German butchery in Tema. So if you know, you know. Had amazing sausages, and I believe that they make them from scratch. And this has that taste, that authentic taste.
They make the sausages from scratch. Yes. As in everything from scratch.
Yes. Wow. Deliciousness. And I think some of it is imported, but the majority of it is made from scratch. Right. And this has that flavor going on. And the texture as well. You know, sometimes you buy sausage and you're eating it's breaking apart in your mouth. The texture is not all that.
And guess what? With Kokoriko sausage, it doesn't even shrink after.
Yes, it doesn't shrink. And we're going to do a proof test.
It will shrink like an old man that, no. We give you nothing but quality.
You know what? Let's look at it. Just for proof's sake.
Yeah.
They're not shrinking at all.
Not shrinking at all.
If you ask me, they're actually puffing up a little bit as they're cooking. Solid. All right, so would you like to throw in your veggies now?
Yeah, sure. I'd like to throw in my vegetables.
So would you like to start with this?
Bell pepper.
Okay. Some bell pepper going in. Red cabbage or purple cabbage, I should say.
Purple cabbage.
Okay. And then your regular cabbage, the OG cabbage.
And then the carrots.
Yes, and some carrots. Okay, Chef D.
Look at the color.
It's actually very beautiful to look at.
It's very beautiful to cook. Reminds me of my childhood.
Oh my God, Daphne. But yes, this is beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Yes, and honestly, I love your techniques. You julienned your carrots, you sliced your cabbage, you sliced your sausages. You're a full chef. It's a technique for me. I can see that your knives were very busy today.
Yeah, so all the people that broke up with me.
Wow.
That you showed me love is wicked. And the thing you say, when we were kids and we used to sing love is wicked, it's all of us to listen to.
We're just vibing.
The words we just about the time you say your love is wicked.
But we didn't know that love was actually wicked. Right?
Yes. Now it's them that they are not getting jambalaya.
Charlie. Exactly. Even if you like it, you not got. You not give you. You watch it on TV, you not eat.
Exactly.
All right, so let's throw in the chicken now.
So because the chicken already has sauce, we're going to throw it in and taste it. If we need any more sauce, then we put it.
Perfect. Perfect. So let me help you with that. There you go. The flavors and the aroma in this kitchen is just out of this world, ethereal. I swear, I'm fighting back my intrusive thoughts. I want to jump inside the pot.
But we're going to add a little bit of paprika.
Okay.
Just a little.
A little.
You promised me it's a little.
Okay. All right. Okay. So how long are we gonna let this cook?
Just a good 2.
Okay.
A good 2. We don't need it very hard. Yeah. So just soften it. We are good to go. Can you see that?
Beautiful.
Colors.
Beautiful.
Different colors.
Hey, one people, one cabbage, different colors. I love to see it. So when most people saute their veggies, sometimes some people try to leave their veggies crunchy. So for veggies like carrots or bell peppers, you don't want to overcook them, otherwise they become limp and soft and soggy, and you don't really get to enjoy the flavor. But once you leave it slightly crunchy, it adds a bit of texture to your food, and then it also adds to the flavor as well. And you get the freshness.
I need you to taste this so we know if you can add more.
Okay, so let me get my trusted tasty fork.
Make sure you add chicken, you add sausage.
Yeah, a little bit of everything.
Yes, and then veggies.
Okay, that's a really big piece of chicken. Let me not be greedy on national television.
Add vegetables.
Yes, I shall grab a piece of bell pepper. Okay.
It's a go.
Shout out to my village people. It's busting. It's busting. It's busting. We're getting somewhere.
How many yards am I? White material, how many
6
yards?
billion, 3,500, 600 billion,
They
6
can't
billion,
talk to me.
305.
Unless they go for forms from my parents.
They can't.
Exactly. Do we wait a bit or we should?
We're on track.
So should we start dishing our rice? Okay. So with the rice.
Okay.
You're going to just.
Okay. So in essence, you're adding your rice in batches.
Yes.
Okay.
You stir.
Okay. This one, they're jollof with 9 lives. Sorry, jambalaya with 9 lives.
How dare you call it jollof? Eh? This is not my real face. So we keep stirring.
Yes.
We keep stirring.
Okay. And the ginger is hysterics now. Let's pour everything inside of this thing. Then we'll clean the. Yeah, so just stir it in there.
Okay.
We'll figure out how to stir it.
I'm going to leave some inside for my jollof lovers.
Yeah.
Those that you want it plain. Honestly, you want it plain, Abi?
Plain.
Yes. He said he wants the. Who said they wanted the under? Aha, he said it. He said
okay.
Jollof kanzo in there.
Yeah, it's not jollof.
So we are going to just.
And
we leave this one for mom.
So let's.
There we go.
Okay, so we're on track.
We are on track.
We're getting somewhere with this.
Very much.
This looks lovely, honestly, Daphne. I love this. I love how this looks.
We're going to take our time. You know what? Do it so that in case.
I should help you.
Yes,
okay, I'm coming.
In case it doesn't go wrong.
I'm coming.
Yeah. You do this. Hey, you do this. Who taught you?
Charlie. In the quest of becoming 6 billion yards of wife material, some stuff you just need to learn along the way, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, let's. So we can
it's like I should go and ask my mommy. Mommy, which brownie did you give birth to? You didn't tell us.
Yeah, that looks really good.
Look at this, look at this. Don't clap yet. Just like how when you make a salon, you invite everybody to come and then you do a ribbon cutting.
Ribbon cutting.
So in the name of the Father,
the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Feed the food. Ladies and gentlemen, jambalaya for you.
I love to see it. I love to see it.
Keely, are you going to taste yourself?
I am going to taste it. Just a little bit on the plate for me.
Okay.
Thank you.
More chicken because it's the
chicken.
Oh
no, let's just try this first.
Okay.
You eat backdoor. Accra, you can't see me pigging out on this food, but backdoor we eat a lot.
Yes. Mic drop.
The rice is slightly smoky. Vegetables are seasoned to perfection. They don't even taste like vegetables anymore because they're so delicious. The chicken is seasoned to the nines. We already know that the cocorico sausages are just out of this world.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'll give you a 9 out of 10.
Ooh!
I'll give you a 9 out of 10. Daphne can cook, okay? Daphne throws down, boy.
I'm telling you.
You throw down.
Oh my God.
You throw down. And I'm so glad you joined me in the kitchen.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming.
Had an amazing time.
Thank you.
And you're such an amazing person.
Thank you.
And keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. What Daphne said. What Daphne said. So yes, thank you so much for tuning into Foodie Friday. It's been me and Daphne Flashley in the kitchen. We made some jambalaya today. A whole new experience, culinary experience. Love to hear it. Love to see it. Hope you learned something new today. And I hope you try this out in your kitchen. Don't forget, this is powered by Gino, Secotech, and of course, Cocorico sausages. Catch you next week. Until then, stay safe, stay blessed. I love you guys. KJB out. Mwah.
everybody, my beautiful ladies and gentlemen. If you just joined me, you haven't missed anything. We're still on the biggest morning show in the capital. Argue with your phones or your TV sets if you don't agree with me. But my name is Daphne Flashley, and anytime you see me here, you know that it's time for Plug, and I'll be interviewing some artists. And I know that we've done back-to-back songs of this handsome young man who is trying to change the industry, okay? Change the way music sounds in the industry. I'm a personal fan, and I'm excited to have this conversation with him. So ladies and gentlemen, without much ado, the most amazing, the fun, the angelic voice, the handsome, the evil-eyed man, okay? The one that they say in the comments that she was giving evil eye, right? Jubed! How are you?
I'm doing amazingly well.
I'm sure after this interview, I'm going to learn Hausa.
Oh, really?
Because with what I heard in Gabaya
Yeah.
and Rua,
Yeah.
how long have you been learning this Hausa thing?
To be honest with you, not quite long, because I know my mom is from the north. I've stayed in the north for some time, but I've not, really delved into the culture. So music is giving me the opportunity to just try to learn more about that, that side of me.
There's Dagomba, there's Sisala, there's Dagbani, there's mention them.
Yeah, because I think Hausa is like it's like the major. It's like everybody knows it because it was very easy for people to know that okay, this is Hausa. It was very easy. It's like a whole big language when it comes to like the northern parts of Ghana
and even Nigerians.
Yes, even Nigerians. Yeah, people communicate with that more. So I was like, yeah, let me just tap into my northern side and just learn a few more steps from that side.
You must be so proud of yourself.
Trust me, I am.
Because you've done really well.
God's grace.
And you're not backing down soon. Exactly.
Nah, yeah.
But how are you feeling? How has it been like since your song Rua went? Everyone, it's still on everyone's lips.
It's still.
How's the feeling like knowing that okay, Mama, I'm getting somewhere. How's it like?
It's amazing, just as I would say, and it's been an honor. First of all, thank you to God, because this has been a dream we've all been wanted to have, to be appreciated, to have a sound that people love, from an emerging artist from Ghana, West Africa. So, yeah, we're good. Like, it's been great. I've loved the love, the genuineness from people so far, and the acceptance from the ladies too as well. It's been great too as well. So yeah. The acceptance from the ladies. From the ladies, it's been great.
Papa Jubed.
It's been great. Like honestly, I just have to give them the shout out because they have been hopping on my song frequently. So yeah, it's been great.
Yeah. Let's talk about Glitch Africa.
Yeah.
I was one of the first people to watch it. Give me
Take
the fans.
Take it.
But I was one of the first people to watch it. I just wanted to know. So that when they saw you, said, hey, someone But I loved it.
Yeah.
Your voice texture, the tone.
Thank you.
You can sing. Take your flowers. You can sing.
Me too, I take my flowers.
How did it happen with Glitch Africa?
Yeah, we were just there. Rua was making good statements.
Yeah.
We just had a call from Glitch Africa, and then it was history. The rest was history. We had to put a few on. I think we weren't even like prepared.
Ready, yeah.
But we had to because they were in Ghana at that moment, so we had to hurry up, put things aside, things that we had to do. God, because Glitch Africa is also a big opportunity for us to showcase what we have. So yeah, we just did that, and then by God's grace, we have one of the best performers to come out from Ghana.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Because you don't know, it's not easy. I've been trying to get into Glitch Africa. My small rap inside. They are not calling me. Sorry, I'll show them.
Thank
but let's talk about what, when someone search Jubed, Glitch Africa, what's in the comment section is that eyes. Show me your name. Where did that come from? You were feeling the song.
Yeah, I was like, I want you to know, show me your body, make it. Yeah, you get to I think sometimes you have to communicate with how you move, how you behave. I feel like, yes, watch me. I'm singing to you. You get it. I just wanted to
by force, by fire.
By fire. They have to know. They have to know. They have to know.
Yeah. And it was amazing. I loved the performance.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
To go
far.
Thank you.
But your EP.
Yes, please.
Ooh, I can't wait. And it's already out.
Yeah.
And I can't wait to do justice to it. Everyone needs to do justice to it. As far as it's Jubed, you know, it's going to be something. But talk to us about your EP. How many songs? How many? Did you feature people? Everything, the nitty-gritty we need to know about.
Yeah, so it has 5 songs on it. 5 songs, 3 out already, which has been doing great. Keely-Jade, Gabaya, and then Rua.
Oh, I know Keely.
And then it has a +2 songs.
Yeah.
One featuring Kojo Black, Abena, that's the first track. And then the second, Joe, is also like a work of art. So
talk to me about the one with Kojo Black. How did the collaboration happen?
Yeah, Kojo has been, me and Kojo have been brothers. You know, Kojo has always been somebody I genuinely loved when I was also coming up. Not knowing we all recorded in the same studios when we were coming up, like, you know, so it's been brotherhood since. Kojo has been very supportive to my career. I remember when I was doing covers, he was like already also like, you know, putting music out, but he was posting, like he reposted and everything, and then reached out. Anytime we meet, it's just brotherly vibes. So we feel like, you know, EP is a very big thing for me. So let me just, I want somebody who genuinely I feel like would be very good. And he's also one of the great artists we have right now in Ghana. So yeah, I feel like, yeah, let me just hit him up. And he was like, yeah, bro, let's have it. And we did it, and then that's how Abena came up.
Let's talk about the producers on the song.
Yeah.
Who produced Abena? Who produced Abena?
So Abena is Kizzy. Kizzy is my manager and also my producer too as well.
Shout out. And then Go or Joe.
Joe. Go Loco.
Go Loco.
Joe means Go Loco.
Go Loco.
That one too, Kizzy did it.
Gabaya.
Iga Boy.
Rua.
Iga Boy. Keely-Jade, Kizzy.
Keely-Jade featuring Shay.
Yeah.
It's out?
Yes, it's also out.
Featuring Shay.
Yeah, Shay. Yeah.
I have goosebumps.
Yeah, you should actually.
Yeah.
So Shay also reached out. Yeah. She loved it. I think even the first week we brought out Keely-Jade, she was like, she just listened. She was like, I love this song.
I love it for
you. She just sent her verse over, and then we just did what we had to do. Since she's a legend, we just had to honor that and then put it out there for her.
I love this for you. You're really having a good season.
Thank you.
God is favoring you in this season.
Amen.
I can see it.
Amen.
I can see you going places.
Amen.
Let's talk about Gabaya.
Yeah, Gabaya. Yeah.
Talk to me. Everything about it. What inspired Gabaya?
Gabaya is it means a complete woman.
Complete woman.
Complete.
So I'm a Gabaya.
Yeah, exactly. Complete.
Keely's a Gabaya.
Complete
Everybody's
sweet.
a Gabaya.
complete sweet woman.
Yeah.
So but it has different meanings. So that's like from the Hausa narrative. But for us, we had to pick that part because we are appreciating how endowed women are and how much hard working they are, and also how sweet they can be, you know, as well in every aspect of a man's life too as well. So yeah. That's where Gabaya came from.
Gabaya.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bearer of bad news.
Why?
but I'm sure you've seen it already on social media, the criticisms about it, and I want you to have the opportunity to talk about it and speak about it. People are saying that it sounds almost the same as Rua. I've seen it.
Yeah.
Talk to me. Let us know the difference.
I just feel like it's more of like it's a sound we are championing. We brought out a sound. People loved it. And honestly speaking, even with the criticism and everything going on, they are still like vibing. When you go on TikTok, they are the same people vibing to it that are posting that. So that's what I'm trying to say. There's nothing like comfort in trying to establish yourself as a very, 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 very notable artist. There's nothing like comfort. There's gonna be, especially if you have a new sound, and you're trying to pave through, there's going to be criticisms, there's going to be things that are coming up that people will feel like at the end of the day, we have to test this guy, see what he's made of. And I'm still going to bring out my sound. This is what I want to champion.
your
I want to bring out something that I genuinely want people to hear, and I want people to love too as well. Because everybody, when Rema came, people were like, oh, same vibe, oh, Indian kind of vibe. But look at him right now, Burna Boy. He had a lot of people saying this kind of song, blah blah blah. But look, Thames, too as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. There is nothing as comfort. You'd feel it. People will come at you, no matter whatever it is. Still keep pushing your own sound. You know what you want to do. You know your narrative about what you want to bring out as an artist. So when that happens, you know, it's gonna get to a time. Even Black Hole, you were like, he's shouting a lot.
Yeah, can you imagine? Hey, Ghana.
Exactly. Now look.
But I know, right? But in bringing your own sound, do you think that we've been very receptive to it? Like,
Yeah.
we've been as you know.
Like on God. On God. On God.
And we are complaining again.
Exactly.
It's
So
like
that's the
Jesus
thing.
was
That's
giving manna to them. They say manna.
They'll
Can you
eat.
imagine?
They eat, but they will complain. That's the thing.
Yeah.
So yeah. Like trust me, they are using it. They are using it. They are. When we were came, everybody was like, "Hey, you are doing too. I was too Nigerian." But trust me, like you are the same people that blew Ruwa for me too as well. So that's what I'm trying to say. New sounds, they come without comfort. But when you establish yourself as an artist, trust me, you will get the recognition you deserve. And that's where I'm not looking at I'm looking at the positive side. People are telling me you're doing great. You have your sound out, it's doing great. Because there's no way I'm going to change the kind of person I am. I'm going to give you other stuffs, but I'm still going to go with the whole,
So, thank you so much for coming.
No, you're welcome.
But before you go,
Yeah.
we're going to play a little game since it's the holiday edition. So I see.
Okay.
We're going to do a little bit of song association to challenge you.
All right.
That's me too, I can sing.
All right, sure.
Exactly. So I'm going to give you a word, and when I mention the word, you're supposed to sing a song.
All right.
That's a song that we know.
All right.
Everybody is a witness. If you bring your own song, we'll know.
Challenge.
So a song that you know.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Can it be gospel?
No. It can be anything.
It can be anything. Okay, good. Yeah.
So your first word is 2-2 for each other. Your first word is time.
Time. Yeah. Time.
Your time is up. Your 5 seconds is up. Okay, it's my turn.
No, this is so tricky.
Yeah.
I know a song about time.
Yes, but because you're under pressure, it's fine. Throw me a word.
Okay.
Let's go.
I'll give you a song about sun.
Sun. Sunlight.
Please, you know. Okay, yeah. It's an advert song. Okay, innit? Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
About time.
Yeah. Okay, your turn.
All right.
Love.
Oh. And I will always love you. Okay.
Okay, last one for me.
Last one for you.
Yes.
Gabaya.
Yeah.
Gabaya.
Yeah. Say you want to.
Nah, that's rude.
I tried.
Yeah, but I got you over there, so 1-1.
You 1-1.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thank you so much,
I got you.
Jubed, for coming in and feeling this holiday vibe.
I got you.
But look into the camera, talk to the people about your EP, social media, and where they can listen to your music.
Okay, hey guys, Jubed here, your homeboy, you get it. So I love y'all so much for the support you've been giving me so far on my journey. It's been amazing. I just want y'all to go stream my new EP called FTS, From the Soil. I have Gabaya in there, I have Ruwa in there, which is already a hit, and I have Keely-Jade, which was already a hit in Nigeria too as well. I have a song with Kojo Black, it's also going to go great, and then also Joe. I want y'all to go stream it. I love you all so much. Thank you for the support. Keep supporting me. Don't worry. Let the criticism come. I'm okay. But I love y'all so much. Keep pushing. Keep doing whatever you have to do, and always pray. Always God first. I love you. Peace out.
All right, we love you too, and
right.
keep being you,
sure.
and keep bringing out your sound, and don't mind the naysayers. Okay, you get where I'm coming from?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
You're good.
All right.
You're strapped.
I'm chilling, man.
Well,
I'm chilling. I'm chilling in Ghana.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name has always been Daphne Flashley. You can also follow me on my social media pages at Daphne_Flashley. say hi to me. Who knows? Maybe I'll open your DM. Well, it has been an amazing holiday edition right here on the AM Club Coffee Daily. My name is Daphne Flashley. One more time, we'll come your way same time next week for more bigger, better entertainment and newsworthy things and topics that you cannot come across from. I did this with Jubed, and I'll see you. Bye-bye.